Welcome to this episode of Outcasts and Outclassed.
Okra.
Yay!
Fuck
And
Okra.
no!
I was gonna do it too. Don't, you know, don't just yell at Waffles. Yell at me too.
One day, when I am ready for the doo-doo-doo-doos, it'll happen.
It was Okra
Listen,
this time.
we do,
We were
but
ready.
it sounded like fried okra.
Yeah.
This episode
Yeah,
of
O and
O
And okra.
and O, Outcasts and Outclassed and Okra.
Oh no. I gotta
You thought the
go.
There has
biggest
to be a question
controversy
mark
was
at the end.
maple. It's not. It's where's the okra?
That
no.
somebody write in our chat, please. O and Okra as a T-shirt.
Oh.
And I will make a limited run O and
I will
Okra
buy
T-shirt.
it just to burn it.
But you still bought it.
Love it.
Still
I
on it.
apologize
Success.
to everybody joining
Apologize
us
to
right now.
No one.
You
This
gotta
is
come
perfect
catch us live
content.
to
Syrup
see
told us to behave.
why
What?
we're talking about Okra.
Why?
Syrup
I'm
told
so
us to behave
angry.
and went, no.
We said no.
No.
We said no.
No.
So, I got no announcements. Fucking taking away sponsors.
Okay. Give me like 2 seconds. It's not
Riff,
okra, but I
riff,
do
riff.
have.
Okra. Fried okra.
Riff, riff,
One,
riff, riff.
the poll.
Oh, no.
Oh, I will. The
Let's
poll.
go.
We had a poll in chat to everybody
Let's
joining
go.
us.
Okra.
Okra came out ahead.
No, it did not,
Okra.
because
Okra
a friend
did
only
say
was
yes.
also a no, so it's a tie. So suck it.
That's not true.
What?
Fried
That
okra
is
is
so
a yes.
true.
It
No.
says
No,
winner
it is
yes.
very
Yes,
not. It
yes,
is-
one. Yes, one.
There's one person who
3.
said no, and it was Duval.
And then somebody
So
didn't know
speaking
what
of
it
a,
was.
speaking of
I was the one that said yes. Okra.
yeah. Speaking of things that the majority of us like, sponsors. Our first sponsor is Eldritch Osiris Games. Eldritch Osiris Games is the first ttrpg co-op ever in the history of ever. They focus primarily on Pathfinder2e content and helping creators of such content get their stuff out into the world and make it pretty and wonderful and delightful. They just finished their Kickstarter today as of this stream space, October 12th, for Mechfinder Universe of Mech and Magic, for Pathfinder2e and D&D 5e. They blew their goal out of the water, unlocking things such as, what's this? The wonderful Waffles and Syrup writing for this Kickstarter. Oh my god. So look forward to that coming out in the future from Eldritch Osiris. But while you wait, go to eldritchosirisgames.com, check out all the fancy, fun, and full of everything. It's really cool. Go over there. Secondly, you heard them if you were here before, but Crafty Gamer, the Crafty Gamer specifically, is a wonderful establishment that has many things for your TTRPG tables and stuff. Such as smells to make your space smell good, and games to make your table game good. And I believe they also have a Kickstarter coming soon for their Aromas of Adventure candles that include full sets of dice, which is rad. So go to their website.
Metal dice.
It's metal dice, because
Metal.
those are the only ones that should be in hot wax.
You know, that's a good
I was
point.
about to say,
I
they have to
realized
be metal, right?
I didn't need to specify.
Resin dice
Yeah.
out of candles before. They're great.
They can be, but if you go to thecraftygamer.com, you can click on the banner for their Kickstarter so that you can be notified on launch when that drops. But also while you're there, just use the code WafflesMaple when you check out, because you'll inevitably check out and you'll save some little dollarinos.
Dollarinos.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So
Please save the dollarinos.
Save them.
But not Okra.
Save the dollarinos.
Save
no,
the dollarinos.
Okra's mediocre at best. Anyways,
That's
with
not
that,
true. You know what's mediocre?
We-
Pomegranates.
I agree.
Damn, it's on now.
It's
on.
too much work for too little payoff.
no,
I
we're
agree.
not getting into this.
I'm
I need to remind you, she's in the same room as you.
Now, seething with rage, I will say, we'll see you in class, I guess.
Let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I was
Hi.
Hello
Hello.
there.
Yeah, we're just
Hello?
pretending like that
Hi?
it's just an ordinary
Hello?
day, right? We're just gonna pretend
Just a regular
happened.
that
day.
Waffles didn't just slay me where I stood.
Y'all.
So grits or not? No, I'm just kidding. I'm
No.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, we're in the
All right, we're in it
freaking
now.
show.
We're in the fiction
Absolutely
now.
not.
I've just been
I
bitten by
will-
a lion.
I'm gonna. You know what? Go ahead. Keep talking about it. I'm gonna pull a Matt Mercer and I'm gonna make
Great.
notes.
Why you
Excellent,
always
great.
lying?
Start rolling dice.
So with that, y'all on roll 20? Y'all still
I'm here.
Yeah,
here?
bro.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great. So here's where we left off.
Should I pull us back to the map?
Yeah, you can. Or in a little bit, doesn't matter. So where we left off last time was after you all had a eventful time at the market trying to originally to get information about where indeed these griffins originated from, that devolved into a bit of an altercation, an unexpected altercation amongst yourselves in a, if I may say so myself, excellent show of how to properly and safely do PvP in a party with safety tools, y'all. You move forward, each with something a bit new to think about. After a few days, and as well, I should say, with the information actually of where the griffins were. After a few days at school, you find the time to reconvene once more and head off to Oba's Wondrous Creatures. There you meet Oba, the proprietor of her Wondrous Creatures, and get an unexpected welcome as she recognizes your motley crew and begins to yell at you. But you convince her through some diplomatic, I say you, but I really mean Arafe, convincing her to calm a little bit with some diplomatic conversations and a, hey, we'll help you, just let us take a look. You proceed to enter into the enclosure out back where she holds all of her wondrous creatures. However, upon entering, you realize that there's like a shed that is damaged to some form, and the elephant birds, gorgeous and rare as they are freaking out. And the enclosure that says lions is empty, with an open cage and a
Lions
lock
3.
hanging.
Lions
3.
3.
Lions 3.
That's important.
Beginning to look around the space, trying to see what's going on, trying to calm the elephant birds down. 2 lions pounce, and careful to not do much damage to these otherwise innocent creatures, you manage to eventually shepherd them back into their enclosure and lock the gate. 2 down. Like we said, 3. And I'm sure they'll be fine. But in the midst of this, also, Oba does hear the situation happening and very helpfully, very considerately tosses you the keys through the outside and says, here, please help put them all back. So you do have the ring of keys with you this time, and Oba is nowhere to be found. She is not putting herself in this space whatsoever. And that's where we pick back up with keys in hand, tense moments, 2 lions locked back into their enclosure. I will bring over Noza out of here as well, because I am assuming that he is not in the enclosure.
Yep, unmanifested, remanifested.
And then, who here has sustained damage?
I lost half of my hit points in one bite. So
I
I think
nice.
Tal is like, now that the adrenaline has kind of gone down a little bit, I think Tal is noticing there's just a big bite. No, because because they had grabbed them and were dragging them around essentially.
Yeah, we had the conversation about if they had a disadvantage if you were grappled in their mouth.
Yeah.
Can they find you? Who knows?
Who knows? It's a mystery. But yeah, I think they see that and start trying to get whatever bits of anything out of it.
Yeah.
But it looks a little grody.
Yeah, with the saliva, your arm was held in their mouth for a while, so your fur is a little matted with the blood and everything.
It's gooey.
It's Great. So I will give you all a moment. As the immediacy of like you shove that gate closed at Lion's kind of like scratching through, trying to get at you. Shuts, locks, and you turn around. Arafe, you've been kind of looking out a lot. Can you make me a perception check as you all have this like immediate moment of just...
Also, I can just tell we've grown as players because I don't go where the fuck is perception anymore.
But we will never forget.
But we will never forget.
Starting off strong with an 11.
We have a t-shirt. Where the fuck's perception? It's great.
Yep, sure do.
I made it.
Just lost my lights.
Oh no.
I think I'm back. I got an 11.
As it goes.
I know.
Sorry,
I'm like,
ooh.
we're starting it off an 11. I have a +7 to perception. And I got an 11.
Okay. So you look around. You don't see much. I think after this altercation and with the lion sort of back in their cage, the elephant birds that you were kind of initially trying to soothe are beginning to sort of... They're not comfortable, but they're beginning to not freak out as much.
We're only gonna get eaten by one lion now.
Just only one.
I don't have to outrun the lion. I just have
How
to
did
outrun you.
How do the lions look now that they're back in their enclosure?
They're beginning... This is clearly a space they're familiar with, so they're beginning to sort of like... kind of like patrol. They're sniffing a little bit around. One's kind of headed to the back where Overnosa was, and they're reacquainting themselves with their enclosure, but they're not... access outwards and direct access to you all is now out of the option for them, so they're kind of settling in.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look hungry?
Make me a nature check.
No.
You don't know what a hungry lion would really look like because you've tried not to be near hungry lions, which is probably a good
Good
tactic.
survival tactic. Yeah.
11 total for my nature, so yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
I want to go over to Arafe and say, I don't know. This hurts a bit.
I will attempt to do battle medicine.
Nice.
Can only
Because
do
I
battle
can.
medicine in combat, technically.
Yeah,
I will do
you can treat
regular
wounds.
medicine.
That's okay. I let it take less time.
No, it's all good.
first
If you
the
have
okra
that
and
feat,
now
I really
this.
don't care.
I mean, it's good to know either way.
Yeah.
So, yes, I will
Education.
attempt to wrap up your wounds with a unmagical manner.
How?
I will... How many hit points do you need?
Less than 20.
Okay,
More
I
than
gotta-
15.
I gotta
17.
remember how battle
There it
medicine
is.
works. Or how...
You can choose to set a higher DC if you're expert.
Yes, I can. I just can't remember what the difference is. Like what the healing number
You-
is. And
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have
the-
that tabbed.
I mean,
I think the
Yeah, it's
normal
not-
DC is 15. You can choose to set it at 20, and I forget what that gets you, though.
Yeah, no, that's essentially, it's like I just don't remember what the healing difference is.
Tunethus.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, quick, run.
15 is 2d8 healing. Don't forget this is always doubled if you do a crit. And DC 20 is 2d8 plus 10.
Well, I don't need more than 2d8.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go for
So-
the regular and not risk.
Yeah.
Sure.
Light keeps turning off.
Nice.
It's
nice.
a ghost.
Wi-Fi lights, y'all. All right, which means I just need
Ooh, spooky season.
plus 9 medicines.
Let's go.
All right, that will be a 17. So 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now watch me roll
Two
shit
ones.
on those dice.
Let's
Why'd you say that
go.
though?
That is 7 and 6, so 13 points of
Nice.
back.
Woo.
Great. I'm over you lights.
So, as Arafe focuses on patching up Tal, Ark, I want to take a moment to look at you. This was combat-wise being someone who is a tactician, being somebody who is focused on optimization, if you will, being good, if you will as well. You sense that was a struggle.
Yeah, it was
to
horrible.
non-lethal. Yeah. So given that, also sort of from a not a meta perspective, but from a like a rules perspective, is there anything that you want to do in this moment with that information, I suppose?
Not from a rules perspective, because the only thing Art could really do is like remind people what non-lethal weapons are and like how to best use them, but we're still all gonna have -2s because we're not like monks or something. But Art kind of during this healing process will say, do we plan to continue further?
And Hideaki's like has the keys in his hand, and he's kind of like doing that like spin around finger thing and grabbing them and spinning around and grabbing them, and points at the sign. I don't think we're done.
Yeah, there's a third one somewhere.
And you're here for the Griffons, just as a reminder.
And also we should probably figure out what happened initially with the Griffons. Thanks, Overnos.
I think we should figure out how to fight together first.
I think you're right, because looked like a bunch of individuals there, didn't it?
Yes.
So what do you propose?
That we fight together. Let's not be a bunch of individuals if we're putting our lives in each other's hands.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like when we were fighting Stone Ghost that we were fighting as a team then?
Not perfectly, but more than we are now.
I agree.
I think
So
you
how do
did
we get on the
okay
same
in this
page
fight.
then? I agree with that too.
I don't think Arafay did.
Arafay's sitting here trying to think of like, well, what was different? And the only thing that she can think of is that she wasn't connecting to people, so she's not sure how to change.
I think we should talk about it a little. Maybe we don't know each other's tactics if we're not killing people.
Very good point. We haven't really gone into battle without the goal of defeating.
Sure.
I did something very useful for my mask, a lot of colors, and then right after, I believe Arafay did something that basically hurt some of my chances with what I was doing. Basically, he's talking about like he did color spray, and then I think Arafay immediately did soothe, which like didn't.
Yeah, calm emotions.
Yeah, calm emotions. There you go. Which like, it wasn't like. Obviously, this is Ark, not Waffles talking. But,
No,
yeah, it wasn't. Ark was like, I'm doing this to blind them and get them in the door, and then everyone's just casting singular spells from Ark's point of view.
I'm just curious, how do you feel that went against what you were doing?
It felt like it was something that might be done if you were the only one here.
I guess I'm curious, based on my abilities, what would you want me to do differently?
Whatever you feel comfortable with. I jumped on one of them. We can, if they are blind, like one was, we can push them or guide them like herd dogs.
Fair.
maybe instead of reacting to each other or not reacting to each other, we plan something together. Kind of like the idea around using Governosa as bait, and then as an example, and then taking that and building a plan around that as an example.
Yes, I could see that. We just all have to agree on the plan and not let it go away.
But then what happens when we don't have time to plan?
Well, this felt like we didn't have time to plan, and we still had it successful. So I think we'll be successful if we don't have time to plan, but I am looking for better going forward, if I am to continue traveling with all of you.
I mean, it's like, Tao, when you talked about us, the conversation we had right before we went into the tunnels. Maybe this is sort of another kickstart that we need.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
And then I will just add from a out of character GM perspective here, understanding that in character is completely a separate storyline here. Something that I think was discussed last time is the difficulty of non-lethal, especially with spellcasters. This is more of a Paizo Pathfinder2e like thing right now that I'm referring to. So I want to just simply almost should you all want to try to do anything creative or something from this conversation, I want to say I'm so very happy to yes and creative things that use skill checks or other things instead of, you know, maybe your spells directly. I'm more than happy to meet y'all at whatever creative ideas come from this. That is so
It's tasty. Yeah. I love it.
And then when
surprise me.
And then when it comes down to it, like if we run into a creature that's just like super mad for some reason and we have to fight them, we can do non-lethal damage. The problem is we can't with spells.
Yeah, you have to switch to weaponry actually.
Yeah.
And I will always allow this is very Pokemon-esque, but my brain is like, if you do some damage that is not lethal but you're not killing it, it'll heal, like to help you, you know what I mean? Like you gotta lower the health, throw the Pokeball.
Sure.
Yep. It's you haven't done enough.
We don't want to hurt their feathers and their bodies and stuff.
Yes. No, this is pending the situation.
Pokemon Red in my mind.
Yep.
Exactly. As long as the last hit is not lethal, is what I have in chat. So I appreciate that. With this sort of moment of reflection, again, elfin birds are unhappy, but no longer about to injure their beautiful feathers. In the midst of all of this, as they are kind of beginning to calm down, you can continue to look around. The space to the sort of northeast right now is another twin enclosure that has netting thrown over the top of it. Based on what Oba said to you, that is likely the Griffons' cages, and seeing it, you see that very clearly. And likewise, you see that cage is both of the twin cages that sort of share a wall are wide open.
Does this look like the last one where it looked like someone had opened it, or does it look like it got blasted open from the inside, like they kicked it out?
Would you like to take a closer look?
I would like to take a closer look.
All right, so I'll bring you nice and up close here.
Oh, yeah.
Who and I'm assuming, are we all following?
Yeah.
Is anybody doing something different?
I'm
Yep.
Yeah, but my focus is more up where the lions kind of came from to make sure that a third one doesn't sneak up on us.
Sure. So you're keeping
I'll be,
eyes
like,
out.
here. Yeah.
Sure, you're keeping eyes out. I will allow you almost in both directions if you're sort of on alert. As Arafe, you're inspecting these cages, and Ark, you said you were also inspecting these cages?
Yeah, from like a crafting / thievery perspective. Like, did someone break the lock? Did they cut one board that allowed it to break? Like, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. And then, how about you, Hideaki?
I'll take sort of the other flank, like right about here. I can move them, but just wanted to show you what I meant.
So you're gonna kind of head to the other side of the cages, and just keep an eye. So while Tal's looking out north, you're looking out east.
Yep.
All right, so let's kind of resolve this one by one, starting with Ark and Arafe. So similarly, as you sort of approach this area, there is a sign on a stake between the two cages, and that reads Griffons 3. Now, the doors to the cages are still wide open, and there are black feathers littered about in sort of the trampled mud inside. You do see behind, just kind of east of the cages, or rather up and around, is a shed of some kind. Almost, you would wonder, maybe similar to the shed that was by the lions' cages. And that's sort of your initial glance. So, Waffles, make me a thievery check. And Arafe, did you want to do something similar? Or do you want to do more perception?
I mean, I Star would love to go with perception rather than thievery.
Sure.
But it's really what
go
the
ahead and make
role
me a perception
demands.
check. I'll let it happen.
23 for Ark's thievery.
God.
Okay.
I got a natural 20 for 27.
Let's
Amazing. Would either of you like to hero point that?
No.
I don't have one.
Yeah, eight. We started with one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to
We-
use that.
Did we?
I don't have one, Waffles.
So, with your natural 20 perception, for a total of
27.
27, you step forward, looking around through the muck, because it's it's not rainy season, but it relatively rained recently, and so you do see like those feathers and everything that are around this cage. It definitely looks like this is where the Griffons were held. But what you notice is, once again, both locks, because there's two entrances to these cages here, are hanging on the door. But your eyes drift from them to a little off the path, kind of almost between the two cages. Something shiny in the mud. Assuming you go to take a look at that, you reach down and you see some form of a pick, a lock pick of a kind. Or I think the official term is an infiltrator's pick. However,
I was gonna say, is it broken or is it usable?
it is usable,
Okay.
but it looks weird. So I will say, as you kind of hold this up and pick it up, Ark, you step forward, and you take a look both at the lock pick and the locks on the cages and all of these things with your thievery check. Looking at this pick, it's longer than most, and it has these like strange grips and pads that make it very awkward for you to hold, for both you and Arafe to hold.
Sure. So, like, it was made for a clawed person.
You're unsure.
Or an octopus.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
That one. Yep.
Yes.
You got it.
The octopus
one of the
ancestry they just released. Yes, of
Figure it
course.
out. Your
No
puzzle.
in between.
We won Pathfinder.
One of the two.
We did it.
It's for the squiddle race.
Tal and Hideaki, make me perception checks as you look out.
I do have a question during these perception checks. You said
Okay.
there's a sign in the stake, right? That says like Griffons.
Yeah, Griffin's 3.
Is it like medium or medium well, the stake?
No, Waffles. No.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I don't like it here.
Oh boy.
Like, I think I'm gonna take a neg 10 to my perception.
No, you just take psychic damage.
Yeah,
I'll roll for both of us. How about
Okay,
that?
okay, great.
Is this something I can add my sharp-eared feature to? The circumstance
Yes,
bonus to locate
absolutely.
undetected creatures?
Yes. Bo show.
Great. Natural 20, 27.
Damn. That beats my 24.
Okay. Both very good rolls. So looking up north, Tal, you are very careful. You are on high alert for the previously ambushed lions, for a repeat of that. And looking up north, you do see the enclosure continue onwards. Kind of, you do see like the fence that wraps around this entire space in the distance, and you're watching like eagle eyes. You're very much kind of looking for any rustle or anything, and are pretty confident, honestly, even beyond the lions, that there is like not really any creatures or movement happening up north. Your ears, however, do prick up behind you, kind of, and you turn your head over to where Hideaki is looking. Just because of that natural 20, I will say you absolutely are also sort of tuned in to the east as well.
My ears are one way, my face is another.
Yeah, it's like you're like staring this way, and then all of a sudden your ears turn behind you.
The cat radar.
The elephant birds are still making some noise, so you swear you heard like a clang of metal of some kind. And Hideaki, with your 24, you're looking around, kind of, you see something a little strange peeking out from the other side of the cages, the griffin cages, and you just take like a small little sidestep to get a better view, and you see a statue of this sort of like rearing lion that stands before this like sort of other open metal door behind it. And the thing that you know with your 24 is there is a sign that is similar to the signs that you've seen in front of the lions and the griffins, trampled underneath this statue of a lion.
So that's probably bad. Does the statue of the lion look like the other two lions?
It looks like a lion.
I'm gonna go over to Hideaki since I heard that something in that area.
Yeah, absolutely.
What doesn't look good?
Kind of point at the statue, the trampled sign. I think we're gonna find out what did that over there.
Ark and Arafe, just because you did your rolls, but you can react as well, by all means. Or to these events. Just want to bring you in there.
Ark would like to take the lockpick and pocket it.
Absolutely. She'd give it to you.
Okay. And otherwise, Waffles knows what's going on, but Ark probably has no idea, so I'm gonna try to stay out of it.
Okay. The veteran Pathfinder2e player, I see.
Yeah. I feel this has been in 2 to 3 APs of 2e.
Great. Can't wait to take that off my bucket list. Whatever it is.
Tao will gesture the other two over so that they can also see what it is. But we'll say, is everyone okay if I get closer to see
The statue.
what is? Yeah, I don't know why, but part of me thinks that maybe this is the third lion that we're trying to find.
Yep.
Because it's... Who would put the statue, points at the statue, on top of a broken sign?
Yeah.
I think just about nobody.
Does the
What is
statue
the
look? I was gonna say, does the statue look like it's like in a normal like how you would make a
Yeah.
statue, or does it look awkward?
Oh my gosh, make me a crafting check. No! This
Not
is
that
deep,
one.
I
deep
can.
lore. Or I will
Can
also
I
allow
defer to Ark?
statue lore.
Don't defer to
I
Ark.
was literally about to ask the same question. Can I, since Tal also brought it up, can I also make a crafting check?
Yes,
the
yes,
minute
yes,
I started
yes.
asking and you pointed at me, I'm like, we're on the same page here.
Oh, jeez.
And I need
Yes.
someone else to make a crafting check because I have a 2.
I have
can
a
do that 'cause
9,
I'm trained.
but I let's see.
I have an
16
11, and I
is
rolled
my
a
I got
numbers.
a 9.
14 total. For
I'm-
me.
I'm real smart.
Okay. Oh, real smart. I'm
Well,
real
I rolled a
smart.
2, so 11.
Okay,
I'm
doing
not
great,
smart,
doing
but I'm good with friendship.
That makes one of us, apparently.
Please.
I might be dumb, but I have
Good
friends.
with French.
That's definitely
My
cool.
brain is small, but my heart is big. And that's me.
That's the next t-shirt. That's the
Yeah, it
next
is.
t-shirt.
Yeah, it is.
My brain is small, but my heart is big.
Anyway, I got a 16.
I'm sorry, I'm taking notes. So with the that's the highest roll, right? 16?
Mhm.
Okay. With the 16, I will definitely say that, like, for a statue, it is intricately carved and quite lifelike.
Mhm.
And I think that does tell you what you need to know.
What we already know, but we wanted to
Yes.
confirm.
Yep,
Yeah,
yeah.
I will not make you meta this.
Yeah.
This is
Okay, cool.
We
Yeah.
already did. It's
Excellent,
too late.
excellent. Yeah, I think Tal won't go like super. Tal will just take like maybe a step closer just to get
Yeah.
like a tiny bit more detail, and then we'll say, "Oh, I think that is the other lion that we were supposed. That was supposed to be in there."
So if we push it into the cage, does that mean that we've done everything that we do?
Hideaki,
Yes.
I think but hang on. I think there's a different question maybe we should tackle first.
What?
Is whatever made this this creature petrified in this way still here?
I was trying to make a joke.
Right.
And the answer is technically yes.
Thank you. I feel
this strangely
validated.
stone lifelike statue of a lion. Let's just push it into the crate. I'm sure everything will be fine.
It's fine. It's
The-
fine. It's
The other
fine.
lions cannot hurt it.
It's
This
true.
is true.
It's also not, for the record, it's also not causing any harm or going anywhere, technically.
No, but if
Just to keep that in
but if
mind.
it turned unstoned out here, it would be worse than in there.
I was gonna say
Yes.
Arafe was
Yes.
actually going to turn to Ark and say, "Is there any condition that it would spontaneously not be stone anymore?"
Decombust.
Well, I mean, if we broke it, but otherwise it would probably be along the lines of attempting to remove like a curse or blindness or it's petrification.
Certainly.
So speaking of this, sort of like, okay, it's petrification. Let's kind of, maybe I'll give you a little reminder nudge. Knowledge checks are totally a thing. You've been in a magical school learning all about this. I'm sure there's there is a magical beasts class that we take. So if you all would like to give me a nature or arcana check for kind of figuring out what kind of thing would do this.
Natural 2029 Arcana.
Let's fucking go.
Boy, we're having a
Except for my
bad time over here.
terrible rolls last week, or the terrible rolls that Duval's had.
Yep, that one.
Hey, fates.
A little 14.
yeah, I mean,
Does this
Oh,
fall under identifying animals by any chance? Just
Yeah. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
okay, animal staff. That's the only reason I had to ask.
Animal staff.
Animal staff.
Get that +1.
So I then That is a 23, so nowhere near Tal.
Got it. 23 is still very good. So I would say the both of you. Kind of, and actually this makes perfect sense for you, Arafe, because you really do kind of delve more into the nature side of the school's
I have
classes.
to deal with Karide.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you remember a particular lecture. And this is probably one that Tal, you happen to be in as well, because you do sometimes take classes in other areas and things like that. So this lecture, especially with the natural 20, it's all about the basilisk.
Oh, good. Oh, great. Oh, good.
And
great.
all of its many uses in terms of its blood. And sort of other tools and uses for this. I'm gonna imagine this was actually a nice joint class between Teacher Ott and Karide, where they're like, here's a wild animal and here's all of the many uses in all sorts of spell crafting and alchemy. So one of the things that and I will ask, usually especially with recall knowledge, is that's the basics of what you're going to get. Now tell me one thing each that you would like to learn about it, and I will give that information to you.
I think Arafe would, if this is allowed, try and remember how it turns things to stone in case we run into it.
Absolutely. And how about you?
Can you rephrase the question one more time or restate it?
Like, what's a piece of knowledge you want to know about
Okay.
the basilisk right now?
I want to know if they have any particular weakness to magic or a specific kind of magic or specific kind of like damagings or anything like that.
Okay. So, Arafe, you know it's its gaze that will petrify, that it has a petrifying gaze, that does have the visual trait. So absolutely, that's something to avoid. And then weaknesses, I will say not in particular. It is a creature like any other creature, which does, and I will sort of say, like, I'll even flip it on its back, on its on the other side of it, which is like it doesn't even, it's not weak to anything in particular either. It's not immune to anything in particular either. So it is a creature like any other creature. You do recall it's reptile in nature. It is reptilian, and that's really it. It does like to eat the petrified flesh. That's why they turn them to stone, and then they go nom 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 nom. So it is interesting that whatever turned this to stone is not eating it.
Yet.
We're not done searching. It's still here somewhere, I'm sure.
Right.
We just heard a metal clang.
Yeah, no.
I did hear a metal clink. Where about did I hear
I was just
that?
about to ask that too.
Yeah, it was over down to the east over here, kind of where you're facing, and then kind of that
But, like,
recurring
down
in your
east?
mind. No, like down around
Like
this
where
area.
the statue is. Oh, how nice. How good.
Like
good,
where the
great,
yeah.
Good.
And
Neat,
the thing
cool,
that you
neat.
do notice, and you're like, as you kind of are, y'all are very carefully sort of like hanging back here, investigating, staring off, not getting too close. But you do you're trying to peek around the edge of the Griffin enclosure. And the metal door to this thing is open, and you see that it is metal. So kind of seeing behind it, you're trying to, without getting too close, see what's going on over here. And you do notice that compared to the other open enclosures here, this has a sort of metalled circular enclosure hidden behind these sort of walls that are, we can now putting two together, like it's to obscure view so that you could walk. Yeah.
Why would you have one of these?
Why would you have any of these? This
Oh,
is
because
why.
they're so wondrous
In
and
any
gracious
other
and
situation,
rare
this
and
would be so cool.
capitalism. That's
Who
why.
who wants a puppy that turns you to stone?
Me.
I mean, doesn't everyone want a blink dog? So
Yes, that is
Yes.
Very
except for when
different
they
than a
blink away from you.
petrification puppy.
Petrification puppy. Okay.
but we have Precious.
Yeah, no, right? I was like,
Yeah,
don't
true,
you.
That's true. That's true.
New name, petrification.
There it is, PP.
puppy.
Okay.
Why did that break y'all?
Oh no! Because I am a child. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Maria.
What's up,
Children.
Tal? What's happening?
I think Tal at this point, because I think Tal was the only one to hear that metal sound.
Oh,
Will-
Hideaki heard it too.
No, just that was
No.
a natural 20.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
the okay.
Yeah.
Will say, I heard something moving somewhere in that direction. So there's a chance that this basilisk is still here, or that someone is still here, or something. So
Is the door also kind of blocked as well, so we can't see past that as well either?
It is metal. It is not a solid door, meaning that despite the door opening kind of in the direction that you're seeing on the map, you can see through the bars to some extent. It will not protect you from the gaze.
Okay. Do we just
However-
want to close it quickly?
But don't we want to
It's
put
in there.
something in it?
Not if it
I will
isn't.
say,
I don't
y'all
know
are,
if there's anything in it.
you're staring at this long enough. You do see, like all the others, the lock is hanging off the door.
Sure. Can I make a stealth check to like sneak up quietly just enough to see if this basilisk is still in its cage?
Yeah, absolutely. Make me a stealth check.
Okay. Before Ark is gonna go, I'm going to see if it is still in its cage. If we happen to get into a fight, remember to, if you are scared, to avert your gaze. And there is an action in Pathfinder2e called Avert Gaze. It gives you a +2 on saves for gaze type things. So
Before you go, this might be a good opportunity for us to talk about that plan that we haven't really formalized yet. Like, if you do happen to encounter said thing,
that was part of it.
all right. And then, how would you navigate getting in its cage? Bucking rock around too?
In its cage, you said?
Getting
Yeah.
it in its cage.
Enclosure, I guess, is a better question.
No. I just because correct me if I'm wrong. Ark, you're planning to try to go and see if it's in its cage and close the door.
Yeah.
He
If
just
it's
wants
not,
to
is
see,
what I
it's-
mean.
see if it's in its cage, period.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
he will
okay,
decide
Hideaki's-
he'll decide what to do from then.
Yeah. For clarification, Hideaki was like, if it's not his cage and you encounter it, what do? That was the play. That's
Yeah.
essentially
Yeah.
his point.
And Ark will turn back around before sneaking and say, I think we will just try to force it into its cage. It seems all the animals are mad. I don't think we could have talked to the lions nicely into their cage.
Fair enough.
They seem happy to be out.
Wouldn't you?
Yes. Okay, Ark's gonna
Uh,
sneak up.
Before you go, Ark,
Yes.
no, Tal just wants to
Ark trips
to
again.
cast.
Anime trip falls on his face.
No. Okay. Well, there isn't. GM question: can I still cast Forbidding Ward if I can't see the enemy? It says I can ward an ally against the attacks and hostile spells from the target enemy. I'm assuming target means you have to have line of sight.
Yeah, most default of Pathfinder spells will be visual,
Okay.
unless
Then
specified otherwise.
Tal will ask, would you like a little help just in case there's something in there?
If it uses resources, no. Because we're not sure what we're
It
dealing
won't.
with. Then sure.
It won't. I'll cast guidance on you then.
You didn't, I was.
Excellent.
Okay.
With guidance in tow, what is that stealth roll?
Natural 20 for a 31.
Jesus Christ. What is
Oh
happening?
wow.
We
Hey,
start off.
can one of y'all
Let's
give
get
me a
good.
nat 20, please? Because I'm hurting.
It's your turn.
Yeah, it's your
see.
turn now.
Begin to quietly stealth your way forward, and I will bring your token along. You almost sort of use the lion to like obscure, like to get that sneaky in, and you get to about this point here where you're able to poke your head carefully around. That fucking natural 20. I rolled a perception check, and it was a 20 fucking 2, but you beat it. So
It's on roll 20. You can see it.
I can see you get a better view at the round cage in front, and unlike the others, this is a bit more cage-like. You recognize, probably due to the danger of said creature. But poking your head carefully around the lion, you see the bright green scales of a lizard-like body that is, and I will do this real quick, that is currently curled in the back of the cage, not out. And I will show you all what this basilisk looks like.
It's
Oh,
a
he's
big
cute.
lizard
Cool.
with so many legs.
It's
This
very
basilisk
pretty.
Are
Also,
8-legged reptiles with a nasty disposition.
They're like a
He's
spider.
like an
It does
iguana with
look
too many legs.
grumpy. He's got a grumpy face to him. So many teeth.
So you with that, okay, that was really hard skill check, but you do absolutely see it in there, and it has, for the moment, not seen you.
Okay. Ark really doesn't want to fight
Mm-hmm.
because of everything that's been happening and the last rage thing that went on. So he's gonna kind of look back at everyone. He's gonna make like I see it.
Hand motions.
Yeah. And he's gonna tell everyone to stay there. And then behind this lion, Ark is going to take off his mask for a second and stare at his reflection until he disappears. And he's gonna cast invisibility on himself.
fuck yeah.
Yes.
New spell, who dis?
Oh my
New
God.
spell. You
You
son
all
of
watch
a...
as Ark disappears in front of your eyes.
There's like
the
a-
fact that you're using the mirror, that's such
That's
good
so good.
flavor. I love it so goddamn
I
much.
thought we established last time that it's
It's somatic components. Or, yes.
yeah,
Ba-da-ba.
have fun, fun.
Amazing. Okay, you are invisible.
I
What
think
are you
there's like a
doing?
there's a very small like inhalation of like breath, like almost a gasp of like, oh my God. Ark
He's-
knows magic.
He's gonna come up. I want to see the sign specific. Like I have this for a minute.
Okay, so you're looking, trying to see the trampled sign below the lion.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I have this for 10 minutes. My fault.
Okay. You're right up against the lion, so kind of looking and twisting down below, you do see the trampled sign, and it takes a second to find the pieces, but it says basilisk, and then you're looking for the number, and it says 1.
I thought you were gonna say 2, and I was kind of like,
Yeah.
God damn it!
God damn
That's what I was expecting. That's why I looked at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ark is just he really doesn't want us to be swinging how we're fighting as a group currently. So he is just gonna try to sneak up and close this door quietly, and ching the lock back on it, assuming the lock is not broken. If it is, then he'll tie it with a rope or something.
Hideaki has the keys right now as well.
Mhm.
So
But is this like a padlock where it locks without keys?
Oh, that's what I was.
I'm
That's why
going to
I didn't bring it up.
assume that you're going to be able to. You could probably get it closed at the very least if you can't. Like, you're not. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Sure.
So I want. Tell me, what does invisibility do for your stealth checks, if anything? Is it kind of written in there?
I'm just undetected to all creatures, though they can make an attempt to find me, making me only hidden to them instead.
Okay. So what I would like you to do as you go sneak up closer is try to do so without making a sound otherwise. So can you make me one more stealth check to try to close this without being noticed? And I will give you, because of invisibility, it'll either not exactly advantage, and I don't know if there's rules as written for this, so I will just give it a +4.
Okay. I'm gonna hero point. I rolled a 16.
Okay. Or actually, instead I'll kind of count it one success level higher or something like that.
Sure. Okay. 18.
18.
I
Okay.
did better.
You step forward and carefully, quietly bring yourself forward. You know that as soon as you touch that gate, it's going to creak, it's going to make that noise, but you are trying to stealthily do so. There is a small crunch of gravel underneath your feet as the basilisk turns at the noise. You did not avert your gaze.
True.
So what I want from this moment
Amazing.
is, let's do, this is how quick can you close this gate to how quick the basilisk is going to try to dart out.
Oh boy.
To me, that sounds like initiative, but I'm down for whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is more of a
Okay.
you're still invisible, that I want to give you a chance here before we get into initiative.
Sure. That sounds good.
So you want to make like a reflex saving throw as it begins to like turn around.
I will if you want me to.
Turn around.
You tell me, GM.
Yeah, that was me being nice, but yes, do it.
27.
Good God.
Nice.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
amazing. That passes its reflex save DC on its opportunity there. So
By one.
no, not by one, thank God. So you go to slam that closed as it tries to run towards the cage, towards the exit, because it doesn't see you, but it heard something, and that gate is swinging shut. But you manage to close it off before it can get out of there, and you shut it in, and you all hear the clang from over here at this immediate moment. Is anybody else doing anything?
The moment where R2 turned invisible, there was initially like a bit of a sad sigh from Hideaki for some reason, and then the clang, and then like it like brings him out of it, and like, you okay?
Yes.
Great.
It's looking around. You see the basilisk. Your great gaze is not averted. It cannot see you
Yeah.
because you are invisible.
Yeah. I'm just gonna lock the cage and go back to it. Go back to the party.
Okay. I really wanted to try the petrifying glares
Yeah.
in gaze at you, and I can't.
Oh my god.
No.
I mean, this is where you use the usual GM trick and go, fine, I will save that encounter for another day.
No, we don't want it.
I was looking at its reaction that has the trigger of a creature within 30 feet that the basilisk can see, but the petrifying gaze, no, it's still visual. It's still gonna have to have sight on you.
Yeah.
Nah, all right. I'm just trying to
Unless it has a precise sense of smell, I'm pretty safe here.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're good.
Petrified side eye.
Screw you, Waffles, for being smart and turning invisible.
That was so good. Don't you dare
was
apologize.
good.
You're not
I
stone.
took one of
That-
the spells.
that
Yeah.
GM moment where you're like, God damn it, I'm so
God
proud
damn
of
it,
you.
right? Isn't it the best?
But proud.
I mean,
So-
if you remember last week, he asked Airfay, would it work better if they couldn't see you? And he was going to turn Airfay
Yep.
invisible.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh.
Yep.
So with this closed off, you successfully completely skip this encounter, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Congratulations.
Nice.
And they don't see you right now unless you choose to drop invisibility. There is the shed that's behind the Griffons, as well as you kind of have come into this space, there's also a sort of shed to the south, alongside this larger enclosure. The interesting thing about this enclosure, the large one, kind of down to the southeast, is it's larger than most of the others here. Down below, kind of glancing, you see that the door is ajar. And there's all sorts of sort of like debris that is scattered around both on the inside and the outside. Two things you notice. One, the enclosure has metal bars, unlike the others. And along the top of it as well, metal bars. So unlike the Griffin enclosure that had, just sort of like netting that covered it, this seems to be slightly different, but yet enclosed from the top. You know that the lion's enclosure was not enclosed from the top.
It's a gorilla.
Yeah, big monkey.
It's an
It's
octopus.
big something.
The
Also
one
could
that
be
you-
Yes,
Yeah.
the
The
octopus got
octopus
out
that
and
used the
freed all the
lockpick.
other animals.
Excuse me,
Does
octopi, I
the-
have your lockpick.
The elephant birds don't have
Where'd that
a
come
top, right?
The elephant birds do not have the top.
Okay.
No, they are
They can't
very.
fly.
They're like emus. Like they're flightless birds.
They're both elephants and birds, so they can't fly.
Yep. Yep.
Angry
Yeah.
dinosaur birds.
So, any thoughts on if it's something bigger or a bunch of them, or they can fly?
Yes.
Yes.
Probably some of all of that.
Arkle,
But the
I think
door is
so.
also
Ark will
open,
come
so
back
we should.
visible.
Ah!
Oh shit!
Oof.
Nice.
Ah.
Sorry, I thought that was the best way to handle it.
No, that's what.
Mission
that's
accomplished.
right.
Certainly.
It very
Good.
much was.
Yep.
How often can you do that?
Depends what I plan for in the morning, but maximum I could do it up to 4 times.
Nice. That's a lot of times.
Basically, if I only prepared invisibility for the day.
You could then cast it.
Technically 4 times.
Yeah, yeah.
You're invisible,
really
and
funny.
you're invisible, and you're invisible.
And me, and me, and me.
It
As
might
of
be
today,
worth
I can-
checking.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as of today, I cannot do it anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I figured yours was pertinent to the conversation. Mine was moving
Yeah.
on. We should
Yeah.
probably hit your
Yeah.
stuff first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we
Should
check
we-
out what's that cage is? Because it looks
Yeah.
like it's open, which means there's something else we might have to worry about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Totally.
And then maybe we can do a little more looking around, see if we can get some other answers about these Griffons.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems that somebody, and I don't think that looks at the name, but let their own animals out. So
No.
somebody is doing something.
We found a lockpick in the Griffons.
Yes, it seems someone has been breaking into these pens, and Oba has keys.
Hmm.
Right. These keys.
And I don't think Oba's gonna let the things out that make her money.
Also, can you imagine if she discovered this without us here? She'd be probably not looking great.
Should probably be stone. And
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
in pieces.
That might be why she was
Probably
so
both.
nervous and angry when we got here.
I don't think she knew.
No, I think she was angry at us because of the Griffons that
Yep.
we defended against.
Speaking of stone and in pieces, should we move this lion? It is kind of in the middle of everything to fall down.
Just to carry through those knowledge checks from before, one of the things that returns a creature from petrification, because he did have a natural 20, is the blood of a basilisk.
Yeah.
So Tal does know this, but you also know that they otherwise will not turn back on their own.
Oh, really?
I believe.
I figured
hope I'm
that
wrong.
the school would have plenty, and we shouldn't go about hurting this one.
I agree. Maybe we
it's not going anywhere.
should. That is also true. Maybe we should look and make sure nothing else is going to jump out at us first before we start moving lions or
Yeah, let's do
anything
that.
like that.
With those checks, do we know if this petrification will kind of hold it in stasis, or will it eventually die? Wow.
Yeah.
Good question.
Let's see.
Is there a
Yeah, is it
rush
just put
to
on
undo
pause?
this, or is it just
Yeah.
kind of stuck?
Walk over to the statue. Guidance.
That's for your death saving throw. Good luck.
Good luck. Okay, bye.
A creature petrified in this manner that is coated, not just splashed with fresh basilisk blood, is instantly restored to flesh.
Coated, goodness.
It is
Gonna take a bath.
does not, from what I see, no, there is no. It is frozen indefinitely.
No death condition.
I'm
Gotcha.
fairly certain it is frozen indefinitely. It doesn't age. I don't think it can even really take damage, minus if you're breaking the stone.
If you
The
break it.
creature can't take damage.
Yeah.
But if the stone
Yeah.
breaks,
Right.
it can't.
Then, yeah, not great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
like
really
if you
put
break
back
an
together.
arm off of it, or
It's-
of a
it's got
person or
3
whatever that's
arms or
petrified,
whatever. Yeah.
and when it comes
Yeah.
back, it will be missing an arm.
That's-
Yikes.
Ah!
Yikes.
Thanks for saving that.
But so,
What did you do?
so Arkin actually, in response to Tal, was going to say, I'm just a little worried that if something does jump out, that this is part of the battlefield.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Should we move it up against the griffin cage, if nothing else, and it's as far as out of the way as
Yeah,
it
at least
could
out of the
be?
way. Yeah, sure.
But it's
But they
not
can also
us
be
dragging
used-
it.
I mean, to kind of counter that though, we can use it as cover if we need to. I mean, as far as we know, so long as pieces of it don't get hit off, it'll be okay.
But if pieces do get hit off, then it's our fault.
Let's be clear. None of this is our fault.
I mean, keep in mind, I can fix us. I can't fix a broken piece.
I'm not gonna lie. Using it as cover sounds so fun.
Does this statue look like between the four of us slash also Overnoza that we could even move it?
We couldn't get a
One,
door
2,
open.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Y'all,
Cause it's
you're
stone.
not
It's
the
solid
most strength-based folk. Like,
Nope.
just looking at y'all.
But the training I did at Arc 2's camp, I mean.
Sick over nose on it.
Yep.
I'm
Nim's got
listen.
this.
With enough time and with enough effort, I'm not gonna say no. You can't move it.
It's
In
just
the
how long it
immediacy of
takes.
right now, it'll take a lot of work, and you may. I will, just to make things a little easier, there is another creature on the loose and you're trying to carefully move a statue without breaking it. You don't know if it'll
It
then
attack
find
us.
you.
It could
Yeah.
attack. Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't
All
know
right,
what
but
it
hear
is.
me
yet.
out in the chat. Side note, it would look sick in the Sprout House.
So
It
sick.
would look so,
So
sick in
sick.
the Sprout House.
So sick.
We just arranged it
we
with a
never
glass
found that
panel
other
on
one.
it. It's now a table.
Cast invisibility on the lion statue, please,
yeah.
and then just
yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
slowly but surely.
Yeah.
No.
Of course you fucking
I did.
actually.
I have a.
Oh,
Never mind. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. We're moving past this, but
Yeah.
I just want to remind
Totally
y'all
fine.
this is like the only thing I will say that I do. You have items that might come in handy in situations like this. That is all.
Lord. All right, I'm on it.
I looked through my items and I have no basilisk blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a chest, but I don't think this thing is 10 bulk or less. I'm not gonna steal a line. I'm not gonna steal a line.
I don't know.
You wouldn't
Waffles, do you
steal
think
the
it's 10
plant,
bulk
you
or
wouldn't
less?
steal the
10 bulk's
lion,
a
what the
lot of bulk.
This is a small wooden chest, is the
yeah,
thing.
no,
Getting it in
it's-
there is the problem.
It's more than 10 bulk.
Okay.
I'm not stealing. I'm not stealing it.
Me, the GM,
but-
trying to help y'all steal it.
A
Anyways.
weapon that you
But-
can, a like greatsword that a human being can swing around is like 2 bulk.
For context, yeah.
Yeah, so like I don't think
I
we
I
can
mean,
swing
granted, we
around
have a
this.
bag of holding that has 25 bulk.
Yeah, we could probably stuff it in there.
Anyways,
Regardless, Tal will
You
say.
started this.
Tal will say, I don't. I know that I'm not strong enough to help move it. So if something does come at us, maybe we just avoid it and go
We just
the
move somewhere
other
else.
direction around. It's made out. It's huge. It's made out of stone.
Yep.
It's big.
Sure. Let us just protect it then.
Cool. Let's see what we find out.
so where are you headed down towards the bigger cage?
Slowly and keeping an eye out.
Super carefully.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing. So I would just kind of bring y'all generally towards down this path.
Sure.
And then so I put overdose it. Sorry. Anyways. Y'all
I want to be in
head
line too.
Here, it's a 1 Congo line. So you will carefully Congo line quietly forward, just with the softest cha-cha-chas. And y'all head closer to this cage / enclosure that seems to be lined with metal. Ark, can you kindly make me a perception check in this moment?
Sure.
But you have to do it kindly.
Yeah.
Yes, only
Art's
kind.
not really good at kind, so.
Well,
I know.
that was a good lesson.
18.
18. So
The
as
roast
you sort of
braces.
step closer, and you guys, I'm assuming, are looking, all the way around, not just at this enclosure. You're looking down the path to your right, down south, and around the elephant birds and all of that. So everybody's keeping an eye out all over. But there's something you're attuned to, like the smaller noises and the smaller, just little things that tend to irk your ears sometimes. And as you glance around, you notice something faint with that 18 on the, as you kind of get close to the enclosure. It's like you deal a lot with electricity, right?
Yeah.
It's like an electric buzz that seems to very, very, very
Oh, cool.
faintly surround these metal bars.
Like an electric fence.
Gross. Yeah. Ark will, like, point to his ears and point to the fence and say, I think the bars are charged. I can hear it hum.
Good to know.
And he'll pull
No
out.
This
touching.
place less
And he'll
and
do
less.
like electric arc between his fingers and it makes like a similar hum.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Arfe?
Oh, I was just saying, I like this place less and less.
Yeah. Are there any obvious signs for this cage? Or this enclosure, I should say.
So you're looking around. The door is wide open, but the door is facing a bit more southward, not along the path. There is likewise the lock hanging from the cage door. or enclosure door, and there's a shed down south that looks rather untouched actually, but you see like sort of sign. Make me a nature or survival check, and anybody can do this as y'all are trying to get a bit more details.
I refuse.
But there's no like placard sign.
Oh, sign. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Literal that would
sign.
be real smart. I went too deep.
No, you're good.
You're looking around for a sign.
Give me a sign.
You don't see one.
Hit me, baby. One.
Okay, well that's unfortunate. Okay.
I would like, especially seeing the similar lock, something kind of like clicked in Hideaki's mind, like the fact that like whoever this was successful at doing this to like all of these cages is like pretty incredible. And he realizes that they haven't really looked for like footprints.
Mm-hmm.
And I would look to look for like scanning around like and looking for footprints.
Yeah, so those rolls will carry through. So survival or actually, Waffles, remind me with specifically looking for tracks. Is that survival or is there like thievery involved with that too?
Definitely not thievery. It would be survival or perception. And
Okay.
if the GM so made a call, you could say like you could allow someone to roll perception with like the thievery modifier.
Gotcha. No, for this, I think just given the state of everything, I would like nature or survival. What do we got?
16.
They're a little bit of both. They're
Survival.
both the same.
I refuse.
25.
22.
22.
I would say
What's
Airfay was
title?
thinking about looking more on the side of looking for animal tracks, so not necessarily of an individual. So I think Hideaki has a better idea looking for that. Hers was trying to look for footprints coming from this cage to see if she could figure out what came out of this cage.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And what was Ark's?
I said I refuse.
Oh, okay. Excellent. So, given the relatively recent rain in the past few days, you will, in the immediate vicinity where you are, you don't see much. You see your kind of footprints, your space here. You do know that the mud and such is a bit more dense off the path, and I'm going to assume you're not walking around solo right now all over, but you're looking in your immediate vicinity. So I will just keep that in mind, because when perhaps there are less potential threats around, you can, I'll let you sort of like take the time to do a full look around. But in the immediate, you're not seeing any footprints. Airfay, with your role looking around and specifically at this enclosure, like I mentioned, there is a sort of like there is a divot right outside the door itself has been like pushed wide open, and then relatively close outside of the door there is this large sort of like divot of earth and everything that would have been there that has sort of just been like pushed outward.
It's a dinosaur.
So I need to remember this. Would this count as an identification of an animal check?
No, you're looking for
that's-
signs.
I figured it wasn't, but I gotta ask. I gotta try.
Of course. Always ask. Always vie for it.
Okay, so not really anything that I can identify.
It
Off the top of my head.
from that, you can try to identify like what kind of thing would make such a mark, assuming that like the animal did so. And then Tal, I would say that you don't really notice anything with that roll. But if Airfa, you're pointing this out and kind of bring
100%.
everybody's attention to it, I will let everybody try to do a recall knowledge check on this, and it will be a nature or arcana again to identify.
Have I seen
Arcana.
anything like this in my cave lore?
No.
Okay.
Natural
I have-
2029 Arcana.
Jesus Christ.
Holy.
Natural 20, 27 nature.
Let's go.
Damn.
Let's go.
It was supposed to be my turn.
Not a natural
What did you roll
20,
then?
29.
Oh my god.
I have an important question, Sarah.
Yeah, what's up?
Given the recent events, at the top of the show, typically one is given a hero point.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able?
You were
to
given a
use
You
hero
have
it?
point.
one. You have one.
Yeah, you
Am
have
I-
one. Yeah.
Can I use it?
You gotta use this.
That's an interesting question.
There we go.
That's right. I forgot about this.
That's right, you're cursed.
Oopsies.
Oopsie daisy.
Go ahead. Go ahead and use it. You can use it.
Cool. Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to see it like just voop away. I'm not gonna lie. It's not much better. But that's really funny and well played by you for making me panic. That's a 15.
15. Okay. First of all, holy fucking shit. Let me just little behind the scenes, little peek of the veil. I was like, I'm going to let every single person roll this check to show them how impossible this check is. 2 of you got it.
Yeah.
And I'm upsetting, but also I'm not.
Yeah.
Upsetting is Betty.
Which means the DC was like 28, right?
The DC was 27.
So then
three of us
3 of us got it then.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
I
sorry.
hate-
Yeah,
I
because
hate
Eric rolled a 27.
Jeez, Syrup, how dare you?
Here's the thing. The way this it's like a crater. And y'all can tell me how the hell your brains go thinking of this.
Mhm.
But maybe it's something to do with the exotic creatures that Oba's wondrous creatures hold. But Tal, you think back to one of the fantastical stories that are told. It wasn't even your troop, it was a story that you had told, that was told to you all locally when you were sort of on a night where there was no show for the circus. In the heights of the world, where the hills and mountains reach up to touch the clouds, there is a story of a creature that falls to the earth in flashes of lightning and thunder. And as you think to the cage, you realize, oh, maybe, I know all of you all assumed this was like an electric, like fence style thing, or perhaps the source was the creature within that imbued it with this lightning and electric energy. The story that was told to you, and I will allow each of you who've successfully rolled this to have heard this story in some capacity or another. Most return to the heavens on the gossamer strands of web on which they descend. But those few that remain cry out, lamenting their inability to return to their homes in the sky. This creature is an Impeshi. And I have to call out, because Paizo is really cool like this, the Impeshi is based on I'm going to mispronounce this and I apologize, I'll do my very best, Aka Impeshi, described by the real world Lamba people of Zambia, as a beast accompanying the lightning before becoming trapped on the land. The webs that the Aka Impeshis ride down to earth are broken by their impact.
Cool, we're gonna die.
Yeah, and
It
Do
flies
you
though.
have a
It could be gone.
picture by chance?
I know,
Not
I'm
that
like,
I'm
what is-
thinking we don't like. Maybe
what
we'll
does-
see
I
one.
mean, we're gonna see it in a minute.
That's true. You know.
you never saw
Okay.
one in your stories. They were told
That's true.
to you. They were told to be these monstrous goats with the foreclaws and hindquarters and tail of a crocodile.
Okay, they're the coolest monster ever.
This is rad. I love this.
And as you all kind of look around here and begin to like comment on and share this story. I'm assuming you're all sharing this story
Yeah.
and corroborating to the one that is unfamiliar with this. And as you're sort of looking and pointing towards the crater in the ground, you hear a loud roar as from the trees behind this enclosure, something skyrockets upwards.
Yep.
And as it lands and it begins to come down, we're going to take our break.
Yeah.
Can I share one little character aspect of this?
Yes.
Arafe is
go.
very excited to finally share a story she knows from her childhood.
Yes.
That's
Oh
so
my god.
cool.
As
cry.
Tal
I
begins
cry.
to speak and then tell about this story, Arafe, you remember. You do. You remember. And that
That's
is
so
absolutely where we will take our break.
Yeah. Because
not
we
gonna
gotta
die
fight your
in-
story
die in
now.
tears now.
It's coming down Final Fantasy XIV Dragoon style.
Welcome back. Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
Let's go.
We return in the moment that this creature from the trees below to the south of its enclosure leaps into the air, and y'all watch 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet as it just jumps. And as it begins to come down, you watch and see what it looks like. So I will show you its handout.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I fucking love it. That's so cool. Oh my god, we're gonna die.
Totally spelt that wrong though.
Oh,
Not
I
too
also
badly.
did. I just added an extra letter.
Can we lower that just a little bit?
Oh yeah.
So,
I want one.
yes, they're really freaking cool. As it leaps into the air, I was the one that put y'all in a little Congo line here, mostly as a joke. Within this vicinity, can y'all please rearrange yourselves as you would, like, within a square or two, kindly?
I was gonna say I was by the door.
Yeah, it would have been closer. Oh, Airpay and I think would have been close together, regardless of where we ended
Kind
up.
of like to the...
Yes.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh no, sorry, I moved at the same time.
Perfect.
It helps if I use my arrows instead to let you know I have a hold of it. But yeah, my thought would be up there. I mean, that's not a great place for me to be in, but that's
Yeah.
where it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're definitely clumped in different, worse ways.
Right. Yeah, I know. I kind of love it.
Yeah.
You know
But
when
it's
the GM
our
is just
choice.
like, let me not force you into this bad situation, and all your
And then we
players
play
are
the
like,
Sims
let's put
system.
ourselves in worse situations.
Sounds about.
Yay!
Sounds
You
like
mean
us.
because it's gonna
No.
land like right there and hit all of us at once?
Probably.
Don't even listen. We don't know.
Probably.
Can we tell how
Um,
big this is in this moment? Like, is
It's a big.
It is
that's a big
in
boy.
the air, and as it's coming down slowly, well, not so slowly, but in your mind's eye, it's
Yeah.
like in slow motion.
As our eyes
as
get
it
bigger.
yeah.
Yeah.
As it gets
Oh,
larger
fuck.
and larger, and it's going to leap down. It does. Here's the thing, right? It does not want to be by the door of its
Makes sense.
enclosure. So instead, it's going to land
Oh, great.
Alright.
on the
Oh, it's
opposite
big.
Cool.
side.
Always me.
Ripperoni 07 in
Cool.
chat.
We have a rip emoji. It's a pineapple. Don't ask.
I've always wanted to actually ask.
I-
At a
I
different
will
Did
time.
get.
not
We
know that.
one day we will. I will tell you.
Okay.
That's a Q&A for another day.
Yep.
Rest in
I do
pineapple.
not.
As rest in pineapple. as it comes leaping down, it is going to bring its head down, and in the same motion as it lands, it is going to make a horn attack and try to gore Rue. Probably Arc.
I have a quick question.
Mhm.
Is this a surprise attack? Or are we rolling initiative?
You're right, thank you. We should roll initiative.
That would be
yeah.
great. That would be
It
so
was- it's-
that would be so handy.
Now, I will say, this is part of its movement.
For sure, for sure.
So it will go through this attack like a surprise round.
Okay.
And then let me clear the turn order and let everybody click their tokens and bring it in there and all that good jazz.
Yeah. I'm down with that. My brain was like, man, I have no chance to get my shield up.
Yes.
Good stuff.
I rolled an 11. I still have no chance to get my shield up.
Oh no.
Well, it rolled a 31.
31.
Again, another 31.
That's
Good
so
lord.
fast. Imbued with the speed of lightning.
Excellent. It comes down. It's perfect. It was all meant to be. I love it when initiative works out for me and me alone.
Why you?
I love that I chose to eat popcorn and like for the perfect session to eat popcorn out.
Yeah, just so here's the fun thing. As it comes down, actually, interestingly, it's going to this does have can I do this? Let me see real quick. Yeah. Its long horns have a 10-foot reach. And they come down on you, Arc. They are electric, in case that is something that
Electric arc.
that is, does something for you. As it rolls a 22 to hit.
Misses.
Really?
Yeah.
What is your AC?
24 without a shield wrist.
The hell?
Oh yeah, 'cause you got the new armor. You got the
I put
rhino
new- I
armor.
put the
That's
new
why.
armor
That's
on.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
the
shit.
Rhino plus
Good timing.
resilient armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to our tank, everyone.
Thank fucking God. Somebody's got to.
I don't remember this. You mean the token? Oh, there's a
No, the rhino
Rhino
hide
armor.
Yeah. We got rhino
We
hide
picked it
armor.
up a while ago, and we finally disseminated out some items last time.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
Thank
has a
fucking
cap-
God.
So just to let you know, it has a cap of 3 for its dex bonus, but it also has an item bonus of 3, which would be a +6 to my dex, and then it's a +1 resilient.
Oh, it's a brooch.
That's what I was
Rhino
gonna
hide
say.
brooch.
The bro-
Yeah.
somebody put rhino hide armor.
I was gonna say no. There's a rhino hide brooch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
then I am
okay,
not-
I
I am
just-
probably wearing something very strong.
That
yeah,
is
I was like, I don't
probably-
remember this.
This is probably my mistake. Is I have rhino hide in my notes, and when I looked up on Path Builder, that's what it gave me for.
Got it.
Fair
Ah.
Yeah, because
No,
it's a
or
brooch
not
made
Path-
out of
or
animal
not Path
hide.
Builder. Nethys.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
When
It's a
activated,
rhino hide
apologize.
brooch.
That is
So here's the
my
thing.
mistake.
it is no, you're fine. You should have the item in your inventory. It is the triggers you would take physical damage, and then it when activated, it grants you resistance 5 to physical damage until the end of the current creature's turn, and it applies to the triggering attack.
That's very different.
That's very
Yeah,
different, but
that's
also
wildly different than my
But also helpful.
ridiculous AC I had.
Yeah.
Indeed. I was like, whoa, when did this happen?
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That is just a hit then. My AC is 21.
Okay. So with that, you take 17 points of bludgeoning damage
Nice.
and
Oh, we don't like
an
any.
additional 1 point of electric damage.
Okay. I die.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
nice. It's that
You
one
step it.
electricity. Hey, does this
Not
electricity
give your healer
do
a
anything? for
goddamn
you?
heart attack.
And so that was its 2-action leap, and then as it stands there, it whips around and slashes its tail at you, Hideaki,
Certainly.
for a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
I feel like this is fucked up. Hold on. No, I guess it's
No,
not.
It's not because it's only one creature.
And so hold on, I forgot something. I'm sorry.
Hideaki, you're dead.
Surprise!
Okay,
We have a
my-
mind.
Sex you.
Bad. First, I'm just gonna, I really just want to, in this
us
opening
back in
round,
time.
give you
Mhm.
just like the real full force of this
Oh,
creature,
boy.
like the full breadth of how beautiful and majestic and wondrous, just to make it
As
feel
it
like it
goes to
belongs in
sleep.
Oba's wondrous creatures, you know?
I don't like this at all.
So,
So
what
this is a
ends up
luxury animal, which
happening?
means it's not going to actually do as much damage as we think it is, because it's all looks and no substance, right?
Yep, you sure? If that makes
Got
you
it.
feel better.
I figured out your puzzle.
As it comes slamming down into the ground, it reorients itself, and you see it slam almost head first into the ground with a thunderous crash. And every creature within 10 feet of it will now take sonic damage.
Nick.
Is there
But-
a save?
Well, it is equal. Yes, there is a save, but I need to. It's gonna take fall damage for this.
Oh, interesting.
You all get the sonic damage equal to the damage that it
To the
takes
damage that it takes.
in
Interesting.
doing this.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's kinda cool.
So, let me quickly make sure I have this.
What's the distance of people that take damage?
10
10
foot.
Oh, wow. Ripperoonies.
Thank goodness I put
Which
Overnose
I
over
think
there.
it would have originally done that there, but I don't have to take that back. That's okay.
Well,
That's on
don't
me.
worry.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to die.
Oh, no, that you just moved it back an extra square because it was. No.
Yeah,
no,
it would
my
have been
bad.
10 feet from Overnosa, but it's not going to take Overnosa.
Yeah,
That's fine.
never mind.
Where is my fall
I would
damage?
be, I would
Where
be
are
really,
you?
really deep shit if that was the case.
Yeah.
Waffles, where's my fall damage?
It's under fall damage.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, and I helped.
I'm looking for it. It's
Chat.
something every 10 feet. I think it's 6 damage every 10 feet or 10 damage every 10 feet.
I will double check this. I don't want to take up too much time with this. All we're gonna do is. It's supposed to be here. I searched it. It's not here.
While you're doing that, just for fun, for reaction stuff, like as it like goes up, like it's like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, fuck.
All right, perfect. I see it here. So when you fall more than 5 feet, you take bludgeon equal to half the distance of when you land. Okay, so it fell. Thank you, Demilina. It falls. So let's see. It jumped and it did go that way. So we're gonna say
Well, you said it went up like at least 15 feet, if not higher, right?
I think you said like 40 or something.
Yes, it
Flavor,
can jump as
yeah.
high as 40 feet up in the air, but it did also jump horizontal. I was mostly
Sure.
doing it for flavor, but now that
Yeah.
it is coming for the actual math, I will say that it is probably would have gotten like 20 feet up in the air, so that's 10 points of damage. So you guys, first, please make me a fortitude saving throw.
26.
16.
Okay. So bludgeoning damage, so that was 10. So that is going to be 10 points of sonic damage to you, Ark, and 5 for you, Hideaki.
Ow.
Now here's the thing, Ark. Because you fail this, and the ringing in your ears compounds, you are stunned 1.
Okay.
At that point, the rest will go as it did, because that was just a reaction. It can, in its charging leap, do that attack and the tail attack. We are finally caught up, back in time and forward in time. Hideaki, it is
Did
your
you
turn.
what's the
resolve
damage
the
I
tail
took?
attack though?
No.
No?
I still need to
I'm
take
so
damage
sorry.
for that.
No. Yeah.
Um,
You hit.
You take
Hideaki.
16
Yeah.
points.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Oh
Holy
boy.
shit. I am okay. Hey, remember when you like forgot to tell me the damage? Let's go back to that. Can we go back in time for
Those
that?
times. Remember when?
Welcome to the front lines. I am hurt too.
Oh no, I know. Yeah,
Jeez.
we're both not looking salt, I'm sure. Okay, so now it's my turn. Holy fuck. That's terrible. So like kind of recoiling from that. Ooh, let's see. It's funny where you joked about sleep earlier.
Tal, you are on deck.
You are very cool, but I need you to just calm the fuck down. And he's gonna cast sleep on this thing, or attempt to anyway.
Okay. All right.
That is a will saving throw.
I could do that.
Can you?
And with Act Together, I'll have Overnosa move up while you're doing that.
Okay. Tell me, go ahead and move him anyways, and then will saving throw of 22.
That is a success. So you don't go night, but you do have a -1 status penalty to perception checks for a round.
All right. And
That's only on a success.
Yeah, you succeeded.
Oh, I always read those backwards. My brain. Yep. I'm like, you failed though. You failed to do it. So I know that. Yep.
All good. What do you got there, Waffles?
I have a question that I don't really want to ask, but I also do. So 10 feet of sonic damage, right?
Yes.
It's pretty close to that statue.
Yes. I was thinking about it.
No.
Sonic damage is not like physical, and it requires, I believe, the auditory trait, which this does not have.
Okay.
If I
Okay, so it's more like
Possibly.
rattling your brain as opposed
Possibly,
to rattling
yeah.
your body.
I was thinking more. I guess my brain was thinking more force damage, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
An
Hooray.
effective sonic only functions if it makes sounds, meaning it has no effect. Oh, no, you're right. It's different from the auditory spell, which is only effective if the target can hear it. Meaning it has no effect in an area of silence or in a vacuum, but it is not actually like the auditory trait at all.
I actually thought Sonic was the thing that like did most damage to like walls and stuff, which is why I was asking about the stone statue of a lion.
Right. How much damage was that?
10.
10. Thank you.
Oh no.
Okay. Hideaki? Wait, where did...
You're muted.
Me?
No, Hideaki.
No,
Duval.
Hideaki. Oh.
Where did Overnosa go?
I think he accidentally deleted Overnosa.
I will bring Overnosa
Yeah,
back.
I did. I think I did. Because I need to change my stuff. Because I think you may have accidentally moved him up. I'm not sure. But essentially, the idea was I wanted to try to flank Overnosa and Arc 2. Was the play?
Okay, he was
I don't
on
know
the
what
Overnosa's token was on top of the Impeshi, so I was like, I'm
Okay.
moving it all because I don't
Okay,
know why
fair
it's
enough.
on top of the token.
Fair enough. Okay. Actually,
So he moves
in
around.
this situation because I guess the question is because I thought he was totally my mistake here. I thought the Impeshi was up close and personal with R2, but it was up close and personal with moi. So flanking would be
You can flank it for you. If you want.
Right. So yeah, it's here. Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and have Overnosa attack with my last action. And it's what, a -2? Is that right? -2 to AC? Is that correct? Or a +2 for me? I don't remember.
-2 to AC for the creature.
-2 to AC. Okay, cool.
Yes, I have minus for flanking.
If
Okay,
it
cool.
can become flat-footed.
We're about to find out. I rolled really terribly, so I'm gonna. It's early. I'm gonna save it. So that's really bad.
Okay.
So I think that's me.
Sleep, act together, move, and attack.
Mhm.
Is that everything?
That's everything. Very bad round for me.
That's okay. That's okay. What is Hideaki doing or saying in this moment?
Yeah. So he's considering that, like, because he's kind of looking around, like, kind of doing calculus of the situation, and it's just like, just find a way forward, and fix this really shitty situation, and then everything goes to shit. So it's like, of course. It's okay. And if it's not okay, we're just gonna lie about it right now. We're good. We're really great at lying. Lies.
And you're saying this out loud?
No.
I was about to be, and you all hear this. No, you don't. Okay. So I would say though, like to some extent, there is this sort of like frustration and determination mix, probably
100%.
pretty apparent on your face.
Certainly.
Tal.
Okay.
You're on deck.
Don't worry, I'm just panicking and healer over here. It's fine.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm going to, seeing Hideaki get wrecked, basically. I am going to reach forward with both hands towards Hideaki and cast Forbidding Ward, targeting Hideaki and this creature. Okay. So you get +1, +2 status bonus? +1. It says it says auto heighten from 1. I don't know what that means. But yeah, +1 status bonus to AC and saves against this creature's attacks, spells, or other effects for the next minute.
Heightened 6 is when it's +2, so you're good.
Okay.
It's still +1.
Okay. And then for my last action, how tall is the shed?
It's like
how
standard.
low is the lip of the? I want to jump on this top. I want to get on top.
You can probably do it. Yeah.
Okay.
You probably
I would like to do that with my movement.
Okay. So make me a just a quick. Well, you're acrobatic. Make me a quick acrobatics check just to make sure you keep your footing. Okay. Just don't add 1. That's all.
That's fine. 24.
Okay. Yeah. Like you even kind of backflip up there. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Great. And that's 3 actions.
Okay. Amazing. Airfay.
Because all the time, everything tends to be 30 feet from me, so I can't do my burst, or otherwise I'll heal it too, and I'm not doing that again.
Well, you could take a step back.
I can't do a 3-action burst then, no.
Balls, you're right. Get one more action then. Gosh, get good.
Give us one more action then. God.
Yeah.
I cast haste as a free action.
Anyway, to not hold things up. Seeing that Tal goes and heals Forbidding Bond on Hideaki, Airfay is going to go ahead and cast Lifelink on Ark to try and give our front boys some help. So you are going to get 4 points of healing. Great stuff.
Nice.
But I will take the first 3 damage you get each round. And then as a secondary, so she's going to cast that out. You're going to see her curse activate, see that white light comes out. And as she does that, the other hand she's going to swing around, and I'm going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Ooh. What I got? to do?
So it's a twofer. This is always the great one. So I have to do an attack roll, and then if I hit you, you do a fortitude saving throw.
Damn.
Yeah.
Feels
So
so
that
mean.
is, I know, 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, good. I was like, if you say no, I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna quit. So it is
would you like me to say that just hits?
Oh fuck. I mean, that's good to know.
Yes.
That is good to know.
But also,
So that is a fortitude saving throw DC 20.
Critical success.
God damn it. So nothing happens. My turn's over.
Nothing? Wait,
Nothing.
even with that's
A critical success, the target is unaffected. If you would have just succeeded, I would have at least enfeebled one.
Okay, yeah, that was a 30.
Ooh, feel bad. You're bad and you should feel bad.
I'm sorry.
But,
Actually, though, on your turn, as you are the animal-centric person of this group, make me a free nature check.
does this have anything to do with animal identification?
Not,
Okay. I have to ask.
not you see it. It's an Empeshi.
It's a circumstance bonus. I'm gonna. No, I'm not going to. That is a 14.
A 14. Looking at this creature and how it almost like stalked you. It almost like as soon as you guys came forward, it attacked. And just looking at its face, I'll say that with you just see anger in its eyes.
Okay. I guess Tal's the one close enough, so she's just gonna, if I can, yell up to Tal and go, it seems angry, as odd as that is to say, as it's attacking us.
I mean, that makes sense. It's attacking us.
Yeah. Ah.
But that is my turn.
Okay.
I assume it is my turn.
Indeed it is.
All right, well,
Mpeshi, you're up. Okay.
Ark is stunned one. That's stunned one, not stunned one around, correct?
It is stunned 1. Correct.
Do you lose
Alright,
one
so
action? Is that
I'm
how
gonna
that works?
remove that.
One action.
Now. Okay, so I have 2 actions left. Ark is going to kind of like holding his hands over his ears, trying to block out some of the ringing, because Waffles knows that in real life. He's gonna kind of mumble to Hideaki, we should try to move it back, and he's gonna spend his last level 2 spell. And he is going to... What he does is he brings like both of his hands up to the mask on his face, and so you can like see the reflection of his hands and like the broken, and then he like acts like he's gonna grab his mask and pulls it out, and then 3 mirror images form around him.
Ooh.
Nice.
That is so... Damn! This is like the 3rd time or 4th time this session you've had amazing descriptions with your mask, so please take a hero point.
Yeah!
Amazing.
100%.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so great. All right. That is your go?
Yes. That's all I have. It was a 2 action spell, and I'm stunned 1.
So, it's life. So
Amazing.
with that, the Mpeshi's turn, as it looks around, as it's kind of tracks over Noza behind it, and is looking around in all directions. What it's going to do in this current moment, so here's one additional thing. So Hideaki and Overnoza are both within 5 feet of it. As you are within this sort of vicinity, you see that the electricity that surrounds the Mpeshi is not just crackling between its horns, it's all around its body, as it actually has a aura of electricity and lightning. You just note this. It is not doing anything to you currently. As it begins to look around. It is going to follow through with a horn attack at you, Hideaki, because it is facing you.
Sure.
I do believe you have a +1 to this.
Uh-huh.
And that is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
That hits.
Yep. I have an AC of 18.
What was that? A natural 6?
I don't want to tell you.
You don't have to tell me. That's too much math, though.
I mean, you could.
You want to know? Y'all really want to know?
No.
Here's the thing. As this happens, I will say almost kind of as you begin to feel the searing heat of the horn and electricity, there's one thing that shoots in your mind. And actually, when a creature within the aura takes electricity damage.
Great.
Okay, great. We're good.
Because it's bludgeoning, right?
So it's gonna do 17 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay.
An additional 4 points of electricity.
Hideaki, how you looking, friend?
Not good.
Single digits.
I didn't realize I interrupted you. You said
nice.
and.
No, you're good.
I'm at 14 to 56.
And as this sort of electric field goes into you, you watch it snap and hit Arc right next to you.
Holy
Arc, you take 4
shit.
points of electricity damage.
Kind of like
Oh
an
boy,
electric
oh
arc.
boy, oh boy,
Okay.
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Ark, how you feeling?
Ow. I assume that doesn't have to target me either, huh?
So I will read you the exact thing because I want
Sure.
to. Yes, no save. Here's the thing. I'll read the full entry to make sure I am not fucking up.
You're doing good. You're
A
good.
buzzing static electricity surrounds the Impeshi. When a creature within the aura takes electricity damage, the damage arcs to a random adjacent creature. I am taking that to be randomly adjacent to the person being attacked, dealing 1d6 electricity damage.
Yeah, I think that all sounds great, and my mirror image will not mess with that.
Hold on a tick.
It's
How
not
many
gonna
points of
happen.
damage?
4.
One
I take
D6.
3 of those.
That's true.
I reduce it to 1.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
Heck yeah!
I'm looking about
My
half
friends are
good.
at
27 out of 52.
Oh boy.
So that's first attack.
Yep.
And once again, it whips around. And now as it whips around, it's going to bring its tail at Overnoza. And that's when, Hideaki, you remember everything that was taught to you in your training, that you shouldn't both be up here. You shouldn't both be taking this damage.
He knows.
And that is going to be a 18?
18 misses.
Woohoo!
Great. That's good. And then oh no, that was its thing. Okay. Missing, it's just gonna complete that turn. And try to swipe that tail over to you, Arc. This tail has a 15-foot reach.
Holy fuck.
And
That's
that is gonna
big
be a
boy.
14 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. That is its turn. Hideaki.
So.
Sweating yet? Y'all sweating yet?
So.
Knees weak.
Just
Must
moments
be
ago, screaming as the electricity flows through him, the horn embedded into his probably shoulder. Sure, why not? He looks across at Overnoza. Might have to play our trump card soon, and he's going to he's going to start to run a tandem movement. And as he does, he's going to yell out, "Come on, you piece of shit! Chase me!" And he's going to try to back up 25 feet.
Okay. Towards the crate? Crate.
Yeah.
Crate? Yes, that's definitely the size of a crate, y'all.
Yeah, sure. I have a question.
Yeah.
Could I, because tandem move is one action, could I utilize this is a gamble, but let's have some fun with it. Could I use demoralize on it?
So you are running.
I'm essentially like yelling at it and then running away. Let's see if demoralize requires it to understand me.
It might. We'll double check that. But you're saying your tandem action?
Yeah. So tandem movement is action 1, and then I haven't moved the tokens yet, but 25 movement down, and then Overnose is gonna use. He's got 35 movement. So I'll
follow you down.
If it doesn't understand the language I'm speaking, it takes a -4 circumstance penalty.
Okay.
So actually, no. I'm sorry, I'm taking way too much time. A lot of things are happening in my head here.
This is an intense combat.
It certainly is. It's kind of the idea, right? Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So
let's start by finishing one thing at a time, so I know where everybody is. Where is Hideaki going?
All right. So he already moved.
Sorry, Overnose.
Overnose is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, because 5, 7. So I got it right here.
Okay, so you kind of head out down the path to the opposite side of the little hut.
Yep. And then I'll use demoralize as that's happening. Okay.
What do I need to do for demoralize in this case? Is that a will save?
DC. Will saving throw if I'm correct.
I think it is your roll against.
Oh no, I have to attempt it. Sorry, I have an intimidation check
against
actually.
Their will DC.
So they have a target will DC. That's what it is. You're right.
Okay.
That's a 24.
A 24 is exactly its will DC. So
it succeeds.
Yep.
It looks at you and it sees this sort of fire in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as you run backwards, kind of throwing your head back and looking at it. You watch its eyes sort of dilate a little inwards and clock you. Catches Overnose's tandem movement and just lets out this snort. So noted on my end. What else?
Last
you got?
action. Raises a hand over to Overnose and cast Protect Companion.
Okay, perfect.
Overnose's AC is now 22.
Perfect. Okay.
That's me.
Perfect.
As he finishes, he kind of just says under his breath, "Actually, it's not really a piece of shit. It's actually really fucking cool, actually." So.
And you, I'll give you.
Because you're right there.
You this as you are looking back at it and are communicating it to it and with it in a way that no one has yet. As it watches you with its eyes, you see intelligence behind those eyes.
Oh, cool. Interesting.
Hell.
So I know we joked about it, but I'm gonna use a spell. So first things first, I'm gonna sustain Forbidding Ward as one action on Hideaki. So you continue to have a +1 to your AC. And
Thanks, boo.
Good.
For my second action, actually, and if this takes an action, then it'll be my third as well. I want to take something out of one of my bags. I want to take a scroll out.
Mm-hmm.
Does that cost an action to interact in that kind of way.
I will assume that
I
y'all
am
have
pulling
kind
it
of,
out. I am not reading it.
Yeah. That's free. I'll let you do it. Don't worry.
Okay. Great. Then, as an action, I'm going to cast Thoughtful Gift and send this spell scroll of Fleet Step
Makes me so happy.
to Ark.
Amazing.
Hey,
yo, Art, check your email.
Okay, no, this
Yo,
is
yo,
literally
yo.
like Thoughtful
got
Gift
mail?
is one of my most favorite and worst and best
I've had it
spells.
since day one, everyone.
I need some description just to make my heart happy.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it first, and then I'll paint a little bit of a picture. The object appears instantly in the target's hand if they have a free hand, or at their feet if they don't. So I don't know if you've pulled your book up or anything like that.
Ark usually does not have a free hand, so.
Okay. Yep. You know what object I'm attempting to send you.
So you can refuse it.
You can refuse to accept my gift, and if you do so, the spell fails.
Okay, you don't get to keep your spell if I refuse it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So it would if you're with hands not free, assuming
It'll just be
holding
at
your
your feet.
glaive,
Yeah.
it'll show up literally like on your boot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ark does not refuse.
Okay. So Tal holds this scroll, and kind of holds it in front of them with like Ark behind, like in the not the foreground,
camera
the
like
background.
refocuses into
Exactly,
the background.
rack
Yes.
focus. Yeah, exactly. And they mutter a few words, and as they do, there's like this little wispy shadow that kind of comes out of their mouth, just a little smoke, and then they open their hand, and the scroll like disappears in a puff of black smoke that has just a little shimmer of like gold dust, and appears very similarly at the foot of Ark.
Yeah, it's like balanced on your boot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then as my last action, I'm going to once again cast guidance on Ark.
Nice.
Excellent.
You can't.
Isn't he immune? He's immune.
You are immune.
For an hour.
You are. Then God, the only other
You
one
can
action things I have.
You can cast it on other people, though.
Yeah, I can.
None of us need it, though.
I'm gonna cast it on Overnosa actually, because Overnosa is all by himself.
Perfect.
Okay. Excellent. Airfay, it is your turn.
Oh, panics and healer.
Panics and healer.
Panics and healer that used a lot of spells in the first encounter.
It's a third level spell.
How many spell slots you got left?
I have 3 spell slots left. So I'm
Thumbs up.
fine.
Haha.
Yeah, haha.
So I
See,
am going.
I'm not as tactically good as Waffles is, and so when he jokes like that, I'm like, oh shit, I guess it's bad.
Look, all
thought
I'll say is I counted the. I'm pretty sure Soothe is or Calm Emotions is a level 2 spell, and I counted the twice that you used it in the first encounter,
I did.
and I was like, oof.
And that's why I saved the last one. I didn't try again.
Yep.
Because that bad boy's staying up. But so the first thing that Airfay is going to do is she's going to sling a 2-action healing spell at Ark.
Okay.
And so he is going to gain back 15 points of healing.
Smart.
Ark refuses it. No, I'm just
That
kidding.
you can't refuse me. I do what I
Counterspell.
want. You have to counterspell me if you want to do that.
I can do
then
that.
I am going to take 2 steps backwards
Ooh.
and hope Goatman doesn't come forward too much. That's my turn.
This is so
Love
funny.
it.
That's why Hideaki wants.
Ark.
Ark will kind of yell over his shoulder. Should I stop it for a round, or should I come to y'all?
Come to us.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't look too great.
Yeah. What Arafane wants and what you need to do is different.
'Cause
Come to
it's
us.
like- Yep. Overnose is gonna hold right there. Have it come forward.
Okay. Arc is going to one action enter Arcane Cascade. His stance from casting Mirror Image. Looks like a bunch of wind is blowing around him since it was an illusion spell.
Ooh.
2. He is going to step back to where he thinks everyone else is kind of safe, but like he also... This is as much as he's willing to listen to everyone. He's not going to step any further back.
Okay.
Listen,
I'll take
that's
it.
fair.
And
It's fair, it's
I'll
fair, it's
take
fair.
it.
You trip with the bushes. Yeah.
yeah.
I will let you freely kind of pull up the scroll that was on your boot and like stick it in a pocket. Like it's not put away. It's just
I mean, he was going to leave it there, so...
the eye roll. The eye roll.
I mean, once he got told to come back, there was no spending 2 actions on casting that scroll, so...
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And then third action, he's going to raise his book.
Okay.
So these 4 mirror images all have a... Or 3 mirror images all have a book raised.
Okay. Perfect. With that, the Impeshi leaps up into the air. Once again, you are amazed at its jumping capabilities. And something else hits your mind. I will say, Tal, you have a frontline view to this. You just climbed up top of a building. You've been the way you exist because you also think vertically. You also just kind of caught the height of the perimeter wall that encompasses this entire space. It could easily jump over. It could easily get out. As it jumps and leaps back down right here. As it leaps back down, it will run its horn down.
Is it doing the fall damage thing?
It is not.
Okay.
Oh.
Huh. Okay.
Because it doesn't. It is not. But what it does is it sort of like tilts its head a little as it comes down, and gets you, Tal, on its way down.
Sick. Neat. Cool.
And it does not land. You are up on top of this building.
yeah.
It does not land, at the same height as you. But as it's coming down, it slashes at you on its way, and that is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
That is going to be 17 points of bludgeoning damage. And its electricity dances around you, but there's no one directly adjacent to you for that electricity to jump towards. And so it does not.
That's why I
Oh,
decided to
boy.
be here and not in the bush.
Yeah. Smart. And then it whips around with its tail at you, Arc, for a 19 to hit.
That's a miss.
That misses.
Thank
And
goodness
you
it aimed
watch
for you.
as its eyes flick towards Overnoza and Hideaki, and it does not go in their direction. Hideaki, it's your turn.
It ain't scared.
Indeed.
Yo, bro, you scared?
So you chasing us or what? And
You
he's
yell in its general direction, but you don't believe that it is understanding you, despite that. Like, I don't. Just to confirm, when I
Yeah,
express that
yeah.
intelligence, it's not. Can't
Yeah.
understand your language.
Yeah. But he likes to do the talking.
Oh, yeah.
And he's sort of like heading this way.
And what is this way?
I'm moving. I was moving him. And so
For
we're
our
gonna.
podcast listeners.
Yes, indeed. We're moving to the left, everyone, behind the thingy that
Back behind
that tells
Around
on
the
top.
hut.
Around the hut.
Behind the
Yes, I was
shed.
like, sure, that too. And just sort of pressing, not getting, especially because of like the aura and shit like that. Just pressing sort of forward, and yeah, because I really want it to chase me. So I'm actually going to use the final 2 action. Actually, no, I'm going to back up for a second. Yeah, actually, no. I'm going to use all 3 actions to agitate it some more and cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
But you moved already.
Oh, 2. Sorry, 2.
Okay.
2 Magic Missile.
So-
Two things.
So you kind of step behind the shed and let off 2 magic missiles. And those go ahead and roll damage for me.
Ooh. Hold on, let me make sure I got. The correct dice here. Okay, so 2. Okay, got it. That is 9 points of force damage.
And I will note that is the first damage on this creature.
Yeah.
Except it's fall damage.
Correct.
It hurt
Oh, that's true, except for it's
itself.
5. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurt itself here.
It's true. That isn't self-inflicted.
Yeah, that's me.
All right. Taliatia, Aerith, you're on deck.
Oh, jeez. Scoop. Okay.
Oh, geez, Scoop.
So Tal saw that it could have left at any time, which means that it's it decided to stay here for whatever reason.
Do you want to make me a free
I would love to make
nature
yes.
check?
Yes, please.
I would love to free. Thanks.
Love to. I love
would
free.
love everything free.
It's only an 11 though, so
Okay. Likewise to Aerith, you just see anger in its eyes.
okay. From my vantage point, can I see into this open cage? Or the open enclosure, I should say, of where
The one
this
from the
thing
Impeshi?
potentially came from? Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Do I see... I'm trying to think of anything that would make something of like an animal creature angry, and the first thought was maybe there used to be more than one of them and something happened. So that's kind of what I'm looking, just from my vantage point, if I can see anything like that.
I'll give you this actually, because you succeeded very well on your original recall knowledge about this creature.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that I had mentioned that kind of rings true as you see its anger in its eyes is that the lore, the story that you were told, Mpeshis always look to return to their homes in the clouds.
Right.
And when one falls to the ground, it is angry and it laments its inability to return home. And then another thought sort of comes. They're generally solitary.
Okay.
Generally. But occasionally they will join forces with other creatures to get them high enough up to jump to the clouds.
I tried to
To
ride that
reach-
griffin.
Trying to get Griffin. Okay.
And the story that you were told, just to really give it that full, like it was a story of one Impeshi that got, lost in a storm, got landed on Earth and made its journey, trying to return home. And the story goes that it was entirely unafraid of rocks and dragons and other monstrous flying creatures, and instead, with boldness and assuredness, would go and try to get its way home, single-minded to return home. You can't imagine a creature with yearning to return home to such extent enjoying being stuck here.
Right. Yeah.
And that might
Yep.
be why it's so angry.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Aw, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Aw, jeez, Scoop.
Dilemma.
Yeah. Tal is just gonna yell from up on here to everyone. I think we should let it leave. Oh, it's gonna sustain on Hideaki.
Are you sure?
And Tal is gonna shrug.
But if it gets into the city, isn't it going to do this to somebody else?
It just wants to go home. God, I don't have a way. Okay, GM, I have a question. And I've used this once before. Slightly differently. The spell Join Past.
Ooh.
I used it once on a snake, forever and ever ago. And rules as written, all it really does is give me some boost to recall knowledge, and like we can aid each other and that sort of thing.
But it does allow you to share thoughts and experiences.
Yes. Okay, I used an action on Hideaki.
You can use 2 actions to hold an action.
Right. Am I close enough to be able to... Where is its head in relation to me?
Probably, actually, you're in a good spot being up here.
Great.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
To clarify, you're looking to
Yes.
potentially try to do this with the Impeshi, correct?
Yes.
I will tell you with its anger right now, that will probably keep you from doing so. However, perhaps if it was not so angry, you would get an opportunity to do so.
Got it. Okay, then, I would like to hold Join Pasts and say to Arafe, can you make it less angry for just a little bit? You're muted. I think.
I can try.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hold Join Pasts.
Do you have a hero point, Arafe, in these trying times?
I do.
Okay, cool.
In
Looks like
these
there's some
trying
tactics
times.
happening.
Everything is fine.
See, I'm fine with doing it. Everything succeeds against me in this.
Yeah.
Like, I
What's your
get
DC?
people passing my DCs like motherfuckers around here all the time. I have a DC of 20,
Okay.
and it's will. So when it passes to my turn, I'll go. But I don't know if Tal has anything else to do.
So you
No,
used your
that
actions
was
to
my
hold
3
your
actions.
action, so I believe that actually brings me right around to you.
Okay.
Please, go ahead, Waffles.
Yeah.
As it becomes your turn, Ark is gonna say, "Give me 1 second. I'm helping you." He basically wants you to drop an initiative under him.
Can I do that?
Yep.
Yes.
Excellent. Ark, it is your turn.
Okay. With my book
forget that
raised, I
you
would
can-
like to recall knowledge.
Mm-hmm. About what?
It's
For who?
specifically for a language it speaks at all or understands.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's right. It has to understand me. That's the problem. No, it's command, but it has to understand me.
yeah, command. You're good.
Calm
You're good.
emotions, it doesn't. I'm just trying to help as much as I can.
Nope, absolutely. Absolutely.
It is, from everything you've been told, I'll let you do it without the recall knowledge. It is a beast.
Okay.
It does not have language, so to speak.
Okay. Then Ark, in an attempt to aid Arif, I just want to do this. It's probably
Absolutely.
You tell me if it doesn't work. I think it makes for a cool scene. I really want Arif to do cool stuff too, and Tal. Ark is going to reach out and, like, in the slow, like, drop his weapon in the slowest way possible, understanding that we're trying to, like, let this thing go. And like Ark knows how to, like, show a beast, especially like in the caves in the desert, how to show a beast like it's Ark means no harm.
Okay.
And he's gonna reach out and cast his last level 1 spell and cast jump on the creature.
Okay. I will. Okay, there's some very cool stuff happening right now. Hold on. Ready, you jump 30 feet in any direction. This does not increase their jumps.
You're right. Oh, jump is self only too.
You do have a scroll, though, that would increase something by 30 feet,
It
I
increases
believe.
move speed by 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. A lot of this does not work. So Ark is basically in any way possible going to just use his turn to aid Airface's calm emotion spell.
Okay. So you use all 3 actions to lower your weapon, to try to placate it, to show you, to sort of, like, follow up the calm emotions, almost because you held actions or held move turn order and things like that. I'm going to sort of let this be very, like, togethery that's happening. And more importantly, from a sort of perspective on my end, communication is happening. Conversation is happening mid-battle. And I will allow that to do a lot of things for us here. So I'm going to start with Arafe. I need to make a saving throw, is that correct?
Yes, it is let me double check again, a will saving throw. So as Arafe goes to start this spell, she's going to say, Hideaki, if we can't do this, Overnosa may need to offer help.
We got it.
And then I'm going to cast Calm Emotion.
Okay. With the extra show from Ark of honestly helping this calm emotion along, I'm going to roll this will saving throw as if I have a opposite hero point, so I will actually roll at disadvantage for this situation.
We just need a failure.
All right, well,
That's all we need.
I will speak up and say, due to the incapacitation effect, that means we'll need a critical failure because it always rolls 1 higher. Calm Emotions is an incapacitation spell, and so if it has 2 higher CR than us, it's considered a spell that would just ruin combat, like air quote.
Okay.
So it just always rolls 1 higher, basically.
Okay.
Understood. So I will. That is true. We did
As
not
someone
apply
who
that
doesn't
last
have
time.
a lot of great spells, it really sucks that Pathfinder goes, you know what? Fuck you in particular.
Oh.
It's very specific if they're, like, 2 levels higher than you, because, like, if you're fighting 4 or 5 creatures, you can incapacitate some of them. But it's to, like, oh, you're fighting this one big boss, calm emotions. Let's talk.
That's fair.
But GM's called this is
Well, the issue that I have with that, and I appreciate the rules as written information, is that would really basically mean, like, it has to be a natural 1 for it to critically fail.
yeah.
And then I don't I don't like those chances. I wouldn't put y'all in this situation if that was, I don't think Airfay would do it if that was the situation, unfortunately. So I'm trying to find.
I mean, you're GM. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and despite we did not apply that incapacitation trait previously, so I'm going to carry that through here, and all it's going to need is a regular failure. And so with that, I'm going to roll. Okay. Would have been 28. Is instead a 19. And I will screenshot this. Just to show you I'm not fucking this up. This is legit.
Oh.
I was like, this could real suck. It's gonna suck if it doesn't work. So with that is a regular fail. We're gonna hold it to that regular fail. And you held your action, Tal.
Yes. So seeing and waiting for Airfay, I think Tal's fingertips had started to kind of emit this golden light on their hands, and they'll go to the edge of the hut that they're on, and grabbing onto, it looks like it's like a thatched roof or something like that, grabbing onto the edge of it and leaning down will touch the head of this creature, fully aware that I'm by the spiky and also zappy bits, totally fine, is going to touch right on their forehead, and is going to try to impart the emotions of commiseration, the emotions that Tal feels of being confined in a place when all you want to do is be free, of being angry and not knowing who to take it out on, and of realizing that there is more freedom than you realize, and all you have to do is just go.
I'm gonna cry.
There is one piece here. 2 willing creatures.
Technically 3, but yes, you're correct.
With
heightened.
targets
Yeah.
too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's up to 3.
With this moment, as its initial anger fades to a dull, it doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
And it
It's
watches suppressed.
Can I add something then?
Yeah.
As I reach down, and as I'm about to touch it, because I'm right next to its face, right next to its ear, I know it probably can't understand me because it's a big goat crocodile creature. But I'll just, with every bit of their intention, just whisper, please, before touching their head.
You know, as you get near it, that you're going to take this electricity damage.
Oh, yeah.
And you let it. And it watches you as you reach your hand forward, and everything about your expressiveness and your ears showcasing this intent. And the lightning and electricity jumps from, before you even touch it, up your arm, grit your teeth, as it surges through you, and you bring your other hand towards it, and you close the circuit. And you all watch as electricity is now dancing across both of them. And you bring your head down to touch forehead to forehead, as I believe it is required. And I want one small but important performance check to show your intent.
Big roll.
Since it is one action and my calm
Mhm.
emotions is 2 actions, can I throw a guidance
Yes.
at this?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. That's like so cocked. Jeez, these dice don't cock, and it did. Okay. With the +1 and my performance, it's a 27.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go, baby.
It blinks and lets you. And you impart everything you just described. You impart this. Well, what it boils down to is empathy to its situation. And through the calm emotions, through everything, it kind of takes that step back. And it sort of shuffles backwards from all of you in this moment as it's sort of shaking its head and looking around you all. For the damage of the electric, you take 6. You take the full amount, 6 points of electricity damage, and it steps back and it looks at each of you, and it snorts in Overnose's direction with a head up, sort of like, and Tal, you watch this and you recognize the stories. It really is unafraid of dragons, unafraid of any creature. This is a beautiful creature. And it jumps.
Arafe is going to look at Hideaki and say, and now the part that only you can do.
He walks over to the door and swings it closed and locks it.
Okay.
And yeah, go ahead.
The as it jumps, you see it bound off in the east and jump clear over the fence of the enclosure. And after a while, it catches a top of a tree, and it's with a glint of a spark of electricity, it's out of your view. And seeing around you, it headed off into the jungle, far away from the Tambu. And we'll drop out of initiative.
Hideaki will, as he kind of closes and locks the door, he'll whisper to Arafe, I thought of 5 different things, and I don't know specifically what you were referring to.
I think it wanted Overnose to help it fly.
Oh, fuck.
Arafe will actively laugh at that.
Yes, I think that little bit gets caught, and all of you can hear this as you take a moment to look around you and kind of de-escalate that immediate situation.
But
Tal comes off of the roof and is it smells like burnt hair because they were just fried. Kind of wobbly a little
smells
bit.
like burnt hair too.
No, just blood. Just lots of blood. Just blood. But as they kind of come together, he actually doesn't say anything, but he just shows off that same piece of paper.
Maria, I need you to say that out loud.
Oh, so before I touched the beautiful, wonderful, lovely creature, I had 15 hit points, so now I'm at 9.
I have to admit, I'm very glad my calculations were much different. I thought you were at 2.
Oh,
okay.
That's why you see my panicked face in the side as you're you're gonna take damage. Oh my god.
So
Panics and healer.
So 9, 14, and I don't know what Waffles was at.
I got a heal, so I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm
And
42
I'm
out of
at-
52.
And I'm
hell
at
yeah.
44.
Nice.
You want to know how much how much hit points this bad boy had?
So fucking much, I bet.
95 left.
Probably.
Left, I'd have to double check. But total, he had 110.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
very
so-
close then because it took like
We did the right.
91.
It took 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took 10 from falling and then whatever from your.
Yeah,
it took like
so-
90
Yeah.
damage. So.
Talk
So-
about yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like just had to take a quick step back as a GM. Like, calm emotions should be absolutely what works in this very
agree.
specific situation.
I agree
It's very
100%.
specific
You made the right
situation,
decision.
Yeah. Like, I understand the
Yeah.
incapacitation rules for like, calm emotions on this level 18 boss and we win. But like,
Yeah.
with this
Yeah,
thing
I just-
that's angry, that's not super higher than our level anyway, and we could kill it, like, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Well,
and
I
also,
think-
it wasn't incapacitating it.
Right. And I think this is my viewpoint of it is yes, it could destroy a encounter. But as many times as things hit my DC at
Yeah.
this level, I am not concerned about your level 20 boss not getting anything higher than a fucking 1. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna
yeah,
beat
yeah,
my
yeah.
level 2 DC.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
And I think that was a masterful show of all of you working together. And as the immediate tension fades and you all look around. 1 second.
She walks out. I hope she just walks out right here, like, hey guys.
You let go of my most important
Oh, I'm gonna
animal.
punch her in the face.
I will
And-
literally, it'll be 2 punches straight at the face.
Yep.
You look around. There are no more immediate enclosures around you. The birds are settling in now. They were riled up again at the closeness of the Impeshi. You look about you. You see the lion statue. And you're like, oh boy, did it get hit by that sonic damage? And you get it looks okay. It looks okay. And you take a slightly closer look and you see hairline fractures around
Boy.
most of it from that immediate sonic damage. But yet it is held together and you're not quite sure what that will look like.
Does anyone have mending?
No.
With that fate of one lion unsure, without blood, coated in blood.
For this entire basilisk blood.
You don't see any other enclosures, and you think that the majority of the threat is behind you. As you walk by the elephant birds' cages, from their riledness, you do see, whoever can see this, whoever's looking at them, one gorgeous golden feather that lays like near the fence on the ground that kind of fell off of them. Seems made relatively untouched and quite gorgeous. If you grab that,
I
would
do
say
like shinies.
I'll yoink it and put it into the bag of holding so that she doesn't know we have it.
I will let
Good
you
call.
know that that is worth 75 gold.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
So we
Find
pluck it.
somebody.
Let's go.
Do not tell her we took this.
So we take an entire elephant bird.
You put an
Yes.
entire elephant bird in the bag.
Be
for,
rich!
like, a minute.
Yeah. Everything was that out loud?
No.
okay.
That don't tell her we took this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of lying, so what's the story about what just happened?
It jumped
Because
away.
we should probably. I mean, we
Yeah,
could
it just-
we could certainly
just-
say that. I just want to make sure.
That's the truth. It
Okay.
jumped
It left, we
out
couldn't
of the
stop it.
enclosure.
Ark
Okay.
actually, like when we're talking about this, Ark goes back and unlocks the gate again, like lock picks it, or like takes the keys even and unlocks the gate and be like, it got out.
Yeah, that's a good point. It was to show her that we didn't want it to. You know what I mean? Yeah, sure.
All right. With that, do you head back over out of this space?
Yeah, and as we are, Ark is actually going to hand the fleet step scroll back to Tal and say, "It was a good idea, thank you. It just did not work out."
Well, there's always next time. And we'll put it in their bag. Assuming you still want to stay around with us.
I felt like I had less of a chance of dying this time, so yes.
Progress. Like, and as we get kind of closer to the door, like Hideaki just goes, "Let's get this shit over with."
And you all head back up the path. Oba is eagerly waiting outside of her little like proprietor hut at the beginning, and kind of as soon as she sees you all, is just like, "Well, how are they? Is everybody okay? Are they okay? Did they hurt? Did they get hurt? Did you save them?"
There are no Griffons left.
Well, yes, they were gone from before. But my lions and what's the extent of the damage?
Arafe's gonna take the keys and just hand them to her and say, "Go find out."
Also, maybe you should look into more security because somebody opened those cages.
You see her flush at that mention of that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
her grip.
Cal is so angry at this person that they don't even care. They're so like deadpan, like,
Well, more. Make me. So let me. There's two things. One, a reminder that one of the things you are tasked with for going back to the school is figuring out part of what happened here.
Sure.
Now, anger aside, you're totally valid. In that moment, though, of her like grip on the keys, like clang, as you mentioned that, I would like whoever would like to sense motive with a perception check can do so.
I think as we do that, I think Hideaki just says, "So, you got any enemies?"
Make me that perception check.
I will not.
Okay.
I got an 18.
16.
It's a perception, right? 15.
Okay. You see her kind of like grip
Actually,
the keys, looks.
I'm gonna hero point it.
Yeah, hero
It's
point
at the
that.
end of the
Yeah,
night.
hero point that. Let's do it.
Not much better. 17.
17. You see her kind of look over to where the enclosure is, as you told her to kind of go check for herself. And at the immediate mention, Hideaki, she just goes, "Nope. Nope. Thank you for your help."
Uh-huh.
You said you would pay us.
Oh yeah, you were gonna reward us.
Look at that same hat. Look at that same hat happening right there.
Well, I don't
Look at these.
know what.
You have 2 lions, a rock lion statue, a basilisk, and whatever is in the electric fence is gone.
All of the elephant birds are fine.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, true. They didn't
A
even get out.
little startled, but there.
Yep.
Can we have one of those?
they're very expensive.
Sure. And
Just
we
want
did a
one.
lot for you. Just one.
Well, here. And she kind of starts heading back into the her like office, and if you follow her or even looking through the door, you see her kind of like going behind the desk, rattling through some stuff, and procures like this potion bottle of a kind, and comes back out and hands it to you. It's like, here, thank you so much. And you can add a moderate cheetah's elixir to your inventory.
Hideaki's like seeing that because I think you could do a little better than that. See this? This is all my blood, all of it.
I mean, the damages alone.
I don't care about damages. I almost died.
We actually did not hurt any of your animals.
That's true. And I guess if you are worried about payment, perhaps you can pay us in information.
And also maybe an elephant bird.
Or maybe 2.
She's kind of looking around her office. What information?
Who would have unlocked your cages? I know it's something that seems to be embarrassing, or you seem to be ashamed of it, but if you don't tell us, we can't help you with it.
Yeah, if they're not enemies, why does it matter?
Airfay's anger is dissipating. She's realizing maybe she shouldn't have been so angry earlier if we need info.
I'm not ashamed. I don't know anybody who would want to do this to me, and you please, by all means, one more.
Oh yeah, totally.
Actually, Airfay, can you make me a diplomacy?
I was gonna say, can I try diplomacy since I'm trying to?
I think everybody's pretty accurate. Like, you all see that she's hiding something, so the sense motive, we get it.
But I rolled better this time for sense motive.
I did too. I rolled so well this time.
Go ahead, give me them. Actually, I can give you a piece of information.
I got a 27.
Okay. Yes.
I nat 20 for a 30.
Let's fucking go. Yep. Let's go. Airfay for the win.
The initial perception that you had, Hideaki, or whoever that was, Airfay actually said it. Airfay said, you look ashamed or clearly ashamed about it or something like that. And as Airfay says those words, you see that they don't hit right. She's not ashamed. She's scared.
Yes.
And Airfay, as your words get through to her, you see her like sit down with a heavy sigh on like a pile, it's some crates and like some papers, but she just sits right on top of it. Whoever did this, I'm sure, was just trying to teach me a lesson, and I'm sure that lesson has been taught, and they will leave me alone.
Random question. And kind of look like side eyes to Tal for a second. Do you gamble?
No, not particularly. But she's looking at you. She doesn't gamble, carrying over the sense motive, but she's wondering if like you know something about something that there is a connection there, even though she's telling the truth that she's not gambling. Mm-hmm. She kind of looks at you. I can't say.
So here's where I'm having difficulty feeling kind towards you. The information that you're not telling us could put other people that we care about in danger, because it has already done that once. The Griffons that were from here, that were let out by whoever these people are, nearly killed others. And while that is not your responsibility, what you can do and is your responsibility now is to help keep things like that from happening again by just letting us know who they are.
I can't. And she looks at you with this absolute earnestness. I can't. They'll kill me.
Oh, I thought you meant you physically could not. We won't let them kill you.
No. I'm done. Thank you. Here. And she reaches back and grabs a staff that was leaning in the corner, shoves it in your hands, Tal, and begins just shoving you guys out the door. I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you.
Will you be getting more security?
Yes. Like through the muffled door that is closed behind you. And this staff has carved intricate runes. So you can take a look at it and identify it at a little bit later on. As in the immediate, you are shut out. As she sort of begins to rise into a panic, shuts you out, and you're left with the sense that is the most you're going to get from her.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Hideaki's got a big grin on his face.
we have something. If nothing else, we can bring that back to, and I'm terrible with names, so I can't remember the
Genetimo.
Thank you. We can bring that back to Genetimo, and if nothing else, they could send someone a little more intimidating than us.
I'm actually pretty intimidating.
This is true, but I think
it's
we
more
have
of a station intimidation. Like,
yes, someone more
you're-
important than
Or
us.
just students.
Oh, I see.
It's very different
Yeah.
if Genetimo would show up and say, "By the way,"
True. That's true.
but we
Do you
got
think
something.
we should let all the animals out?
Oh,
I
yeah,
kind
I
of want to. I really want to. I really do.
I will say, with that thought, the Pesci left, but you are very much right by the city, and letting
Yeah,
a bunch
it
of
would-
lions go is.
Yeah.
It's
would
like
Yeah.
they
But
do
the
need
birds.
care, and this is not always their
Yeah.
natural habitat and all that
Yeah.
jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we still want to.
Yep.
Enough.
Maybe we can come at this.
Should we?
What is your?
And you can see like this is like Ark thinking a little deeper than they've thought. This is like almost thinking into like human emotions and like how to manipulate them. And he goes, should we threaten to let the animals out to figure the name of the person? They are scared.
I don't think so. Only because I bet they're not the only ones scared. So it's just a matter of finding who else is and connecting the dots.
Maybe though, we can talk to some people who have more influence, and maybe she can find a different kind of work that doesn't endanger exotic animals.
Are you thinking of like the chime ringers?
Well, I was thinking maybe we talk to somebody that we know, who then can talk to chime bringers or whoever,
Sure.
and a chain of talking to people and
Sure.
letting someone else take care of it.
Yeah.
Also, why did you ask her about gambling?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That smile tells me you did something.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Did you gamble?
But come on, I'll tell you on the way. Nope.
And
As we're
you-
walking, Hideaki's telling me to just hear Airify go, "Oh my god!"
the camera stays put.
Yep.
And y'all just head out. I love this. Oh my gosh.
50 gold.
It was worth it.
As the information is shared, as well as with brand new information to return and eventually report to Genetimo, we all watch you walk back out the same path, heading back into the city, walking a little bit in more tandem, a little more in step, and a little closer together as we end tonight's session.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
That was
Yes,
fucking
yes, yes,
awesome.
yes.